It tickles my fancy.
Okay.
Goosies.
I don't care.
Oof.
You got Marcos.
That's not.
Wait.
Yeah.
That's true. You do got me. Get over here, Marcus. Let me look at you.
They don't want it.
Tobin and Leroy, ready to deploy. Had to hit her with a little journalism, but that was a decoy. Better have about me, boy. Okay, Leroy and Tobin, hold to the show, man. Still to the sauce with the show, and till then it's happening. Sometimes go taste like a snowman. No proof, I'm a lie about a motor. No proof, like I always wanted him, I never hated him, I never traded him, and if I did, I never ever traded him. You never know what is a star, like another city, the driver's like Florida. Wish I could large, so many more, 10 in the more, never a bar. Hey, 10 in the more, 2 to the P. Nothing to you, but it's something to me. Handsome as ever, and cute as can be. You can watch it on YouTube with viewing for free. Ay. This one time for the Twitch. This one time for the text. This one time for the phone line. Whole time, wonder what they gonna do next.
You know, I just wish you guys would stop the quibbling.
No, everybody. Tobin and Leroy here with you on a Monday. Hello, Leroy.
What's up?
It's good to be back with you, buddy.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Damn.
4 long days.
Yeah.
I expected you to give a little shout out on Friday.
Yeah. I mean, I was driving home, and then you guys were like breaking the news of Chris Greer, and I was like, do I parachute in, or should I just like let him rip?
You did it in only Tobin fashion. Group chat.
I did it in group chat. I was like, should I pop on? I don't know. Like, I didn't want to like be like, oh, I have to come in. There's big news, you know. But I did find that out like from you guys. I was driving back from the airport, and you guys broke the news to me about that. So there you go.
I gotta tell you that Jaelan Daniels
Careful.
James injury.
Yep.
I saw it in practice, and the bone popped through.
Ugh.
Yeah. Tight end.
I wasn't even watching that game because it was like I was watching the Heat, and I tuned in like briefly, and it was 28-0, and I was like, what?
They picked them apart.
Yeesh.
It was like, but he's like, and is it his thrown hand?
No, I think it was his left. It was left, thankfully.
Right.
Good morning, Dan Day. How are you?
Wonderful.
Your Pels. The word that they may be firing their coach finally, dude.
Willie Green.
Yeah.
We had remember how the week before we all excited because we had the 305 parlay?
Yeah.
We had the opposite.
Well, we haven't had even a split weekend. It goes one way or the other recently. It's like the Panthers won. But the Pinks, the Canes, the Heat.
Right.
All of them.
Between my two cities, New Orleans and Miami, man.
Ooh, that's tough.
I got to fade myself.
Yeah, the Panthers needed a shootout to get it done. That was, I think, our lone victory of the weekend. The Heat lost late last night for those who did not watch. I did
not.
They lost to the Lakers. Somebody named Jake LaRavia gave us the business all game.
He said gave us the business.
Is not happy with that. Jaime still killing it, though.
Right.
Jaime continues to kill it. The Heat, a lot of rave about this new offense the Heat have got. They got any defensive plays in there? Because they gave up 77 points in the first half.
Come on.
Yeah, it was woof. It was woof. But probably
it looks like gym basketball at times.
It does. I mean, you know, I think that those guys dig it, but I think when you play a little free flowing, you need to
get back.
You need to get back, and they did not in that first half. Spo did the thing where he benched Khalil Ware. I actually can't blame him. Jackson Hayes looked like Hakeem Olajuwon. So, get to our headlines brought to you by Doral Volkswagen, home of the Pricito, our lowest price. Visit us at Doral Volkswagen or at DoralVolkswagen.com. We'll get to the Heat coming up in 15 minutes of Heat. But first, the Miami Hurricanes. They lose to SMU 26-20 in overtime and dropped to 18 in the AP poll. And about that time, dude.
Here's the problem. Okay. Football is a weird thing. And that you actually, the more intense the situation is, the calmer you have to be so that you focus on what you have to do. In the last 2 years, every time this team has been in a heated battle, and it doesn't matter who it is. I tell you, I say this all the time. Look across college football. There's a lot of upsets this year. You have to weather the storm and not lose it during the game.
Yep.
And what happens? Every time they get in one of these tough games that they didn't think it was going to be a tough game, right? Penalties, jumping off sides, boneheaded plays. And it's every year.
Yep.
It's like, stop being front runners. That's not football. Football, you're going to be stressed at the most inopportune time, and you're going to have to respond. And look around the college football spectrum. Everybody's getting it. Everybody's getting, they call it upsets or whatever. And it all looks like this. The other team comes out with their best punch. You don't respond. And in fact, you look at it and play the game like this isn't supposed to be happening to us. And so, yeah, that becomes a problem.
Yeah, and it just
every year.
I wanted to give Mario the benefit of the doubt because I really did feel like, people were getting crazy about how they were winning games and how he was going about this, and his old boys shriveling up between his legs as these games go on. And it's just like, yeah, I guess it eventually caused you. Like, I don't want to be in a position where like we're talking about the same thing, but here we are, dude. I mean, you're losing to your former offensive coordinator who's flaunting all your former Canes out there, who's trying to make a statement, and you're sitting here bitching about, oh, they were mocking the cadence. It's like,
Right.
That's so soft, dude. Come on.
Right.
Don't sit here and be like, oh, they were mocking the cadence. All right, whatever, dude. I don't want to hear that. Nobody wants to hear that. And this whole cycle has just gotten exhausting for me because, like last year was a thrill because I really did feel like I was watching a real unicorn in Cam Ward, and it was so clear. All right, the defense sucked. This year I got lulled into it because I was like, all right, well, they're more complete. They're gonna fortify. The trenches are finally fortified. And yeah, somewhere along the way, after they got taken on the terrible Florida teams, them trenches don't look so fortified.
Right.
Again, they're getting smacked around. Those dudes were smacking the Canes, punking the Canes.
Here's the deal. It's easy to play hard, to play with effort when you're winning. The energy is great, right? Everything's going good. But sports and football in particular, you're going to have ebbs and flows during a game. And you're not going to be judged on when things are going great. But more or less, how do you fight through the difficult moments?
Mm-hmm.
How do you fight through, these moments where it doesn't look like you have a chance? That's when your leaders have to come through. That's when your star players have to come through. That's when, hey, we're struggling now. Let me get a big sack. Let me, make a good tackle here. And it's almost like they go on the field and they're like, oh, no.
Yeah. Anytime there's pushback,
right,
it all collapses.
Right.
It's just
right.
Very disheartening. It's very disheartening, and it's just all too familiar. And it's like I found myself after that, because I didn't even watch the game live. I was on national side to kind of make up some husband duties as things were going on. So I go back and I watch the game that night on ESPN, and I'm just like, the penalties,
right?
And I know there were some bad calls. Fine, whatever. Like, I just think that sounds soft. Like you're a double-digit favorite. You're not even going to like this vaunted place. It's Dallas in the afternoon,
right?
And all of these things are just like I play all of these things over my head. Even this weekend, there's another legend versus coach beef. I'm like, again, we're doing this storyline. We did this with now Willis McGahee. I hear Nevin Shapiro is like campaigning because Willis McGahee has been banned from the sidelines. I'm like, we're doing this rerun, this story now again. Every single time this goes through this same cycle.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like watching this and seeing it unravel the way that it did, because I'm watching it, and I know what the thing that's funny is when you go back and you watch a game and you know the score, and I'm watching, I'm like, how did they lose this game? How did they blow it?
But that's just it. I'll tell you how to, because if everybody had just been poised, you would have been able to identify the situations that either give you a chance to win or put you back in it when you're down, right? And you can see it. And every time they had a play or a big play or a chance to get them off the field, somebody did something boneheaded, right? Either extending their drives or setting you behind the chains. And so, yeah, you took yourself out of the running game. Why? Because 2nd and 15.
Yes.
2nd and 20, right? You didn't have to stop the run or stop the pass. Why? Automatic first down for holding.
I know, and you got this Shannon Dawson during the week where he's lashing out at the media because he's like, don't tell me how to call runs. Brr. And like his response is just to yell at Mario Cristobal, they gotta hit the hole harder. I'm like, way to scheme it there, Dawson.
Yeah, it's again, one of the reasons why I hate coaches yelling on the sidelines is because it looks like, hey, everybody, it's not me.
Right.
That's all it looks like.
It's get
even
that
if
stink
you
off
have
of
a
me.
valid point, you yelling on the sideline to a player at any level basically says it's not me, it's him. And so, like, yeah.
Schmieden says this Carson Beck is a bum, so unlikable, a petulant child out there. I will say this is now 2 weeks in a row or 2 losses in a row where he's gone out there and it's like, man, just don't do the one thing. Just coughs it up to the other team. I thought he played an okay game, made some pretty impressive throws. Obviously some calls wiped it away, but I was just like, dude, what the hell? What the hell was that?
Again, it's one of those situations where did they play bad enough to lose? No. But when you add in all of the boneheaded plays that have followed the Canes around for years.
Yep.
For years.
Same pattern.
You get comfortable, you're a front runner. Then when it gets a little bit tight, you start playing undisciplined football.
And I feel like if it's Mario Cristobal, I feel like it's always just blamed on other stuff, like the noise or the people and everybody with the talk. We're going to be tough.
Right.
And it's like, you're never tough, though. You talk about this tough. No, we're going to be tough. And then when you really need to be, it's nut crunching time and you're sitting there pounding your fist.
You need to be poised. You need to play solid football.
Your team unravels every time. And it's like everybody, look, I don't want that to be the reputation of Mario Cristobal. There's a lot of things to like about Mario Cristobal and dig about the things he believes in, but it's hard. It gets harder to defend. Like when Manny Diaz has a better win percentage at Duke than you do, like it's hard to defend, dude. It's hard to defend. At what point do we sit here and we like, do you have to? And I know I'm not sitting here saying, oh, they need to fire him, they need to move on. Because like, look, everybody's doing that right now. Look how many places are just writing these buyout checks.
A lot of coaches are getting fired. Who just got fired?
Hugh Freeze.
Who did you know he was coaching?
His was a bargain, $15 million.
Did you know he was coaching?
I did not.
Right.
I did not. But it's it's wild. And it's crazy because it does feel like, I know I'm a couple weeks removed from saying like, I think this team is more complete than last year's team. And maybe they are. I think in some ways they are, but that QB, he ain't Cam Ward.
Let's make the game about what you're talking about. Okay? The games that they lose have nothing to do with the talent. And that's the problem. Like you go.
So is that coaching? That comes down to coaching, doesn't it?
It's one of the hardest things to do in football, and this happens in football a lot. No matter what, no matter how much you win by, the coach will get up on the podium and say these words. We played well, but there's a lot of things we need to work on. We need to improve this, and this. Every football coach, every week, because football is 100% sport, that if you don't pay attention to those little things, they can slip away. Now, this penalty thing has been building, but you've been dominating the other teams, so it didn't matter.
Right.
So I don't know why anybody didn't think, hey, all these penalties at one point at the wrong time is going to bite us in the ass.
Yeah.
And then look at their 2 losses. I don't even need to look at the yards. I don't need to look at anything. How many positions that they've been put in because of a penalty where Beck has had to throw the football? That's not your game. It's never been your game when things are going great. So start there. If I take all those games, the 2 games they lost, and just look at the penalties and when they occurred, they're like, yeah, that hamstrung us. We can't run the football when it's 2nd and 20, right? And I'm getting tired of all these bubble screens. All right, just stop it. Stop it. Like, there's nothing worse than putting yourself out there and letting the defense run. When you have a defense who's flowing to the ball, throw that bubble screen and watch how they get over there, right? You are actually giving them an opportunity to raise the roof, to get the crowd going.
Yeah, and it just like your bread and butter, like what you were going to build this team on, even more so than the quarterback, was going to be just absolutely wearing these teams down. And it's like, man, your 2 losses, it's just like, what happened to all your 6'9", 340-pound moose? They shriveled.
I'm going to tell you what happened. 2nd and 20.
That's not great.
If you
Too
look
much
at all the
grabby-grabbies.
situations that took them away from the run game, it's all centered around 2nd and 15, 2nd and 17, 2nd and 20.
I'm tired of the ACC. Sick of it. And now even new ACC teams just beat us. Where the hell did they come from? Big 12? Where were they? The American?
American.
Doesn't
Was it
matter.
American?
It doesn't matter. And this Rhett Lashley's mocking Mario Cristobal on Twitter, calling him a crybaby, basically.
Huh.
What's the cadence? And he goes, oh, yeah? How many flags on the... He even rubbed his nose in the flags. He goes, how many flags on those fake cadences? I was like, oof. Oof.
Here. And I'll just let you a little on the inside. Every day to start practice, to warm up, the defensive line with the defensive coach sits on the knee and they snap the ball and get off the ball. Every day, right? And he may yell a certain cadence and he may do that. And the problem is this. It's easy to do in practice. There's no ramifications. So everybody's relaxed. They're looking at the ball. Boom, getting off the ball, right? But you're doing that to get ready for a game. And why does it's the weirdest thing. You can't hear. You can't see the ball. So either one or 2 things. Here's what causes teams to jump. Ready? That guy across from you has been kicking your ass. And now you want to get a jump. So you anticipate the cadence, right? So a lot of times you see left or right tackles doing that little thing, right? They're trying to get off the ball, right? But the other problem is stop getting beat every play.
We'll take a break. More to come here on the show. Good to be back with everybody. Back after this. All right, welcome back, everybody. Tobin and Leroy here with you.
No, it's not.
What?
It's not a beautiful life.
No, it's not. Get to a little 15 minutes of
Base,
heat.
baby.
That is them. 15 minutes of heat brought to you by the Lexus TX. Room for all your passions in 3 rows of luxurious comfort. Experience amazing at your Lexus dealer. We'll get into the Dolphins. I know the Dolphins traded Jaelan Phillips. You guys know what the deal is. They're trading everybody. We'll get into that in just a second. But the Heat, they followed the Lakers last night, 130 to 120. So they dropped to 3-3 on the season. Right back at it tonight against the Clippers. It appears that Norman Powell is going to make his return tonight from the groin injury. He did not play last night, so that'll be good. They've gone the last 3 games without him.
You think you need
after his big game against the Knicks
to create some resistance on the defensive end?
Not
I mean,
necessarily.
They got scoring.
Yeah, they have scored. They did in the fourth quarter though yesterday. You know, like
They did the thing again.
yeah, it's one of those things where it's like buckets get tougher in the fourth quarter, and Norm's a guy who opens it up for everybody. He's a great shooter. So no, I think it'll definitely be welcome against the Clippers. They're big underdogs. I think they were 8.5 last I checked. I don't know if that's because they haven't confirmed if Norman's going to play, but Eric Reed made it sound on the broadcast like he's going to be good to go. Jaime Jaquez Jr. scored 31 yesterday. He continues. Really rough watch that game though yesterday. Not only because it was defensively poor for the Heat, but the Heat's offense much praised around the league. It was a free throw fest. I mean, the Heat got like 30 plus free throws yesterday, so the game took forever.
Nothing like having a 9:30 game and it being one of those games.
Yeah, it was. I mean, Dan, you were here producing for it last night, right? So it was like that had to be brutal. Just free, because not only are you producing a game with no highlights because it's all free throws. It was free throw after free throw after free throw.
Yeah, I was wondering, was a lot of people hyped up about the game because it is Lakers, but it felt as though it kind of got muddled because it was Sunday, it was 9:30.
I think so. I think a little bit just because
no LeBron.
No LeBron. Bronny we got to see Bronny. Bronny scored his first points of the season against us on an alley-oop from Austin Reeves.
Wait, he went and got an alley-oop and dunked?
I didn't know he could dunk either. That was my same reaction.
Dunk.
I didn't know he could.
I didn't know he had hops like that.
Me neither.
Because he's only what, 6'2"?
Yeah.
Doesn't matter. Every NBA player can dunk. Joe Dumars could dunk. John Stockton could dunk. They just don't do it in games.
Hold on. I give it to Joe Dumars.
John Stockton dunked in a game. There's evidence of it.
When was his 3rd year?
Yeah, it was early in his career. Yeah.
Okay.
We're acting like John Stockton was a bum. He's the
I
all-time
know.
leading assists and steals.
Wait. When did I say Stockton was a bum?
You're throwing shade on his name.
No. Just because I said he couldn't dunk? That's not throwing shade on him. Larry Bird could dunk, but he never did.
Yeah, you did that because intangibles. That's why
Right.
Intangibles can dunk. By the way, did you see that intangibles on Cincinnati flying down the field on the kickoff return?
Oh.
I know there were a lot of points in that game.
Oh. Dude, how do you score with like 40 seconds left and then let them go right back?
I don't know.
Loveland,
Jamar Chase is so sick. He's just like he's so mad at the defense. He's so tired of it over there.
I mean, Loveland, not only you didn't let Tyreek Hill break free and run. The tight end.
No, I know.
Who was cussing from the Cincinnati Bengals? Jamar Chase cussed a couple times.
Yeah.
But then there was another guy that was like, you give us the effing ball at the effing end of the game and we'll effing win. And like, he was just like berating his own defense, the Bengals defense.
They're terrible.
Look, sometimes we just got to say what's what. It's like Jordan Brooks after the Dolphins game where he's like, hey, if you don't turn the ball over, we're going to have a pretty good game. It's like, you know what? That's the truth. Sometimes you don't throw into the bus. Sometimes you just got to say what's obvious, right? Like Carson Beck, zip it up, dude. You've been doing this a couple weeks in a row.
You got 470 yards and 4 touchdowns from Flacco, and you lost. Right? Do you understand how many yards 470 is for a guy that's 40?
Crazy. GS says we missed 10 free throws, down 8 with 2 minutes left. Yeah, the missing free throws was tough. They missed 11 of them, I think was what they finished with. You know what I hate? I hate missing technical free throws. Oh, you just always feel like that's going to bite you.
Right.
Simone.
I know. Simone Simone all of a sudden he turned into a bit of a pumpkin in the fourth quarter.
It happens.
It happens. It happens. I can't I'm not. I know this is a tough trip for the Heat. Okay, like I know they've been getting a lot of people blowing smoke up their ass, saying like, "Hey, you guys are great. Your offense is coming together." People are really raving about it. We found out who the secret sauce of that is. The Heat got this guy Noah LaRoche from Memphis last year, but John Moran hated the offense. So now he's on the Heat. And so this is like, oh, we're free flowing. They're using him. Spo got basically a special offensive coordinator. So good on Spo. Like he's gone and he's tried to tweak some things. But that was a game where they got off to a really bad start defensively. Kalel got benched, probably rightfully so. Jackson Hayes can't be going out there going 6 for 6 to start the game. That can't happen. And so I will say, when he did come back in the second stint, he was really good. He came back, protected the rim, looked strong. Nico also stinking up the joint. So the two young bigs got to get it together. But this is part of the year. The year is going to have some growing pains. It is. It's going to have some growing pains. Now, don't lose tonight. But also, it's going to have growing pains. I just don't want to get swept on this trip because I don't usually have faith that we're going to win in Denver.
Back-to-back, high altitude.
It's not a back-to-back, but it's a closing. It's a getaway day in Denver. So they play tonight.
Yeah.
And
they
then
played last
day
night.
off.
Clippers.
And then they play.
Oh, then Denver. Okay, so it's Clippers tonight. So they don't even leave town.
No, they've been in LA for like 5 days.
That's a loss.
How's that help?
Not great.
That's a loss.
Too much hobnobbery going on.
Anytime Miami teams go out to LA, they act like, oh no, we're all here for business. Then they start talking about what they're going to do, on the side. It's like, oh man, that's why it's a loss.
Crazy. So that was your Heat. We'll get into some more stuff. John Morant's making a stink in Memphis, but the Heat have an offense that he seems to hate. So I don't know what's going to go on there, if that's even a match. We'll take a break. Dolphins making their first trade with their new GM. Back after this. All right, welcome back, everybody. It's Tobin and Leroy here with you on FM 104.3 WQAM. Hey, champion boxer Mike Tyson is bringing his Return of the Mike show to the Seminole Hard Rock Hotel and Casino in Hollywood this December. Stories and more from Iron Mike. We got you a chance to win tickets. Just keep listening to our show for details on how you can win. We'll give away a pair of those tickets before the end of today's program. Tickets are also available for purchase at casino.hardrock.com/Hollywood/events. So check that on out. This morning, the news around the Miami Dolphins was that they have traded Jaelan Phillips to the Philadelphia Eagles for a 3rd-round pick. Not a surprise. I mean, I would say out of everybody on the Miami Dolphins, if you had to bet that one was going to get traded, it was most likely going to be Jaelan Phillips.
Mm-hmm.
But Champ Kelly, the new interim GM who takes over for Chris Greer, is working the phones, Leroy, and Jaelan Phillips gets to go from one of the worst teams in the NFL to the reigning Super Bowl champs. So wish him the best, but I will say, if you're going to talk about a trade situation, that's a pretty good one.
Yeah. You had to go from that kind of happened to me.
Panthers?
No. Well, think about this. I went from Baltimore to the Panthers to Minnesota.
Yeah.
And the other two teams, the Panthers went to a championship game that year, and the Vikings went to the playoffs.
Man.
So I always got offended by this. And this was hard for me to get over, right? So you guys suck, and I'm not good enough to play for your stinking team.
Yeah.
But I can go to somewhere else, and they play me right away.
Yep.
I didn't do nothing wrong. It's a hard thing to come to grasp with, because to me, like when I was growing up, success was always that one guy playing with the organization through coaches changes, through owner changes, whatever. But I didn't realize the financial aspect of it when I was younger, right? I didn't realize that sometimes guys, and see, back when early on in my life, or when I first got into the league, they had Plan B. So you could put guys on the Plan B roster. They couldn't be free agents.
Oh, it's like was it like a expansion protection or something like that?
Kind of like that, but you had those protections for just a handful of guys.
Okay.
Right. So it wasn't until 92 when Reggie White challenged that, and that's when free agency started. So, like, yeah, but I didn't understand all that beforehand. And then when I started playing, I'm like, oh, I'm going to be with this organization forever. I give everything, whatever. And no, new coach. He was like, I ain't feeling you right now.
Wow.
Pretty much.
Jeez.
Right.
Well, it's a bummer. I mean, look, Jaelan Phillips was a good player for the Miami Dolphins, had tough injuries, obviously coming back from the Achilles. He beat science, and then Jordan Poyer made him not beat science. And he hasn't quite looked all the way back this year. Obviously the Los Angeles game stands out, where he had Justin Herbert in his arms, and Herbert was able to shake him loose and make a big play. But look, I don't know what Dolphin fans expect. This is the writing's on the wall. Like, this thing is getting torn down to the studs, it feels like. They say they're not into trading Jalen Waddle, but here's what I would say about that. If you're not into trading Jalen Waddle, then you're not into trading Jalen Waddle. Like, why are there so many rumors out there about how much they're not going to trade Jalen Waddle? Almost raises a red flag for me, Leroy.
Well, like, if you just look at the team, who's the most likely person to get traded? The guy that you could lose if you don't pay him what he wants. The last thing this team needs is to be held hostage to that situation. Because if you have to renegotiate his contract, or if you have to redo it or re-sign him, you're going to go into it not wanting to do the same thing that happened to Christian Wilkins or Hunt, right? Where they leave for big money.
Yeah, with Phillips. But I'm saying the Waddle thing. Waddle's under contract, and I think that you're probably, like, he's obviously a better player.
You got to start somewhere.
Place. With what?
You got to start somewhere. So you got a number one receiver, you got running backs, you got a couple of offensive linemen. Defensively, you have, a couple of guys that are young and up and coming. Secondary, as much as we said the secondary was going to suck, secondary has been better than.
It's been better than not the worst, but it's also had its own trip ups.
And they've been really good at
Which
safety. They've been good at safety.
They've been okay.
Okay.
They've been okay.
But so you got a basis for starting. I would say this. Whoever takes over this job, if they don't build from inside out, because I tell you, there's been more wide receivers and running backs located in the 5th round than linemen.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? So chew on that for a second. Right? Like a good offensive lineman is kind of like plug and play is hard to find.
Sure.
So, but running back, wide receiver, you can plug and play those guys. Like you can see, speed and can catch and run routes. Yeah, they're all part of it.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, it'll like whoever takes over better start building this team the right way.
I am interested to see though, because like it sounded like over the weekend, and I don't know if this is just to make Mike McDaniel feel comfortable to get through the rest of the season, but it did sound like, people are not ruling out the idea of him coming back as coach. And I got to tell you, dude, after watching that game on Thursday night, there's no need for this guy to be coach anymore. This is the most undisciplined team I think I've ever seen.
Well,
and I'm telling you right now, dude, this guy's already had issues with players listening to him, accountability. Okay, he's a creative guy. Great. Now there's penalty issues. And he spent an entire year cowering because everybody figured it out and went too deep on him and he didn't want to risk anything. I just don't think he's built for the job. So maybe one day he will be, but I really hope that Stephen Ross doesn't try to do this safety blanket thing where like he keeps somebody around that he knows, because that's what he usually does. He doesn't clean house. This thing needs
this guy he has at GM now just got here. So
he's been here. I mean, he's been with the organization
since March.
Yeah.
Okay, but isn't that not somebody new?
He
hasn't been here a year.
Thing needs fumigation, dude. Was he hired by Chris Greer?
Was he? I don't know. Was he? Yeah.
Point is, whoever's here, like I'm coming at you. You're gonna have to really impress me with something. You're gonna have to go get me like Devon Achane for like 4 first-round picks if you want me to be impressed with you.
Yeah.
Dude, this thing needs not only be ripped from the studs, it needs to be burned to the ground. Like it's so toxic right now.
It is.
It is. It's like,
but here's the thing. All the things you just said about Miami and Mike McDaniel. What if I replace that and put the Canes coach?
That's fine.
It has the same feel.
Yeah, but it does, but like it doesn't, because it's like the Canes have a respectable record at least. Like the standard is different.
I got you.
Dolphins are one of the worst teams in the league.
No, yeah.
And they keep getting worse under his watch. Like they've gone down.
I mean, I didn't
down. Just in case you didn't know. In case you didn't know. Visual. Dan, did you understand?
I felt like I was in kindergarten at the time, and he had to give me an illustration of what down meant.
Just wanted to let you know.
Down,
dude. I'm telling you. I don't I'm seeing this stuff where they're like, Stephen Ross, he might. Now, like, some people have thrown a little cold water on that, like being like, he's got to impress the rest of the way. But I wouldn't be surprised if he keeps the gig.
Somebody said, according to Omar, Champ and Chris Greer have never been seen in the same room together.
What's that mean? So he's just
means that maybe he was brought in to be the replacement.
Great.
I mean, I don't know. So
he had a hand in this offseason too?
I don't know.
He consulted in this?
I don't know.
Great.
I don't know. But here's a XRP plumbing. Can you stop with this?
Also, by the way, can I just say
this is why teams end up being bad for decades instead of just a couple of years. Excuses, Gruden era.
Oof.
Right.
Does nothing.
Right. So let me get this straight. You're going to complain to me. Let's hear this. Okay. You guys are all going to complain to me that the Dolphins haven't won a playoff game in 25 5 years.
Well, we should just chalk up 26. We should just chalk up 26.
26 years. Right? And Gruden hasn't won a playoff game since 1 year after that.
Has it been that long?
Yes.
I don't think it's been that long because he won the Super Bowl in what, 05?
No.
Yeah.
Didn't he win the Super Bowl in like 01?
No.
No, it was definitely like 01.
01 was Patriots.
No, or 02, something like that.
Right.
No.
I was in college, man. I promise.
Are you kidding?
But I don't want
he
John
hasn't won.
Gruden.
He hasn't won in the same amount of time. So your solution,
He has been out the league.
right? But their solution is let's go get another guy that hasn't won in the same time frame.
People just like his vibe. That's all it is.
Okay, great.
They want a mean guy.
So here's what happens. That guy comes in, you give him $10 million a year, right? He comes in, he wants all the power, he wants to make all the decisions, and now you got a lot of people in that building that are feeling a little uncomfortable.
Oh, I'm fine with that.
I'm fine with that too.
I don't want John Gruden.
But are you ready to hire somebody who's going to have control of everything? Because those guys don't bode well either.
Nick Saban.
Yep, Nick Saban didn't go well. Parcells down here didn't go well. They've done that czar thing.
Right. So like
there's not a lot of those guys out there right now. I think that's
they're all in the chat.
I think that's why people are going with the Gruden thing. Is like they are just they're looking for that next czar who doesn't have stink on him, because even Belichick has stink on him right now. Like, you wouldn't be impressed with going to get Belichick after what's going on at UNC.
Here you go. Quit representing what 3 people say in the fan base. No, it's been more people than 3 people.
I've seen a lot of Gruden stuff.
A lot of people have said that.
Here's what I would say. I've seen way too much John Gruden stuff. Way too much John Gruden stuff. But look,
you're going to end up with a new Mike McDaniel. That's what you're going to end up with, because that's what everybody's doing, which makes the most important position in this organization is not coach, but it's GM.
Going back to, by the way, that thing about not seeing Champ in Kelly in the same room as Chris Greer. Did you guys talk about this on Friday when they go to Chris Greer, how he's always hiding in a room? Like, you ever notice that? Like, whenever they cut to him in TV, there's that meme of him where he's like hiding behind the bar like this. Like, you can't see me. And then they go, like, they kept cutting. That was the thing. That was the thing where you knew someone was going to get fired, because on Thursday
they kept going to the GM and the coach.
They kept cutting. Coach. They kept cutting to angry fans, paper bags, the owner, and like you could see the owner. And I'm assuming that's his son-in-law who's next to him. I don't know. But then they go to Chris Greer, and he's like hiding behind a curtain. Did you notice that, Dan?
There was a huge glare, and you couldn't even see his face. And they just
he always does that, though. How does he always get a room like that?
That is impressive that you say this, because I've noticed the years that I helped cover the Dolphins, I've never seen Chris Greer with somebody. He's always solo.
I don't know. And maybe that's a thing. Maybe he sits in a box by himself, but his box always seems to have shades. Because I remember one time I accidentally walked into Jeff Ireland and Bill Parcells' box. I don't remember where I was supposed to go, but I'm like, this is clearly not the right place to be. So I don't know if that was just, I don't know. He probably just has a box, but like his box always comes with accessories to hide from the cameras. And I'm like, what is that? Why is he able to do that?
I don't know. Just say, guys, when Riddick gets hired, he will find the right coach. I'm just telling you, the way this league has gone the last few years is nobody's hiring retreads. Everybody's hiring that young, new coach. You've had a couple of guys that have been signed right away, right? But other than that, it's always been that fresh new guy. And are you ready to go through this process again?
Yes.
No.
I'm sorry.
I mean, welcome back, buddy.
Thanks.
I missed this so much.
Take a break. Back with more after this. Back, everybody. Tobin and Leroy here with you. Hey, the Miami Heat are offering fans value deals like $60 pizza deal, 4 pizzas, chips, waters, and a $40 hot dog deal, 4 hot dogs, popcorn, drinks, grab-and-go stands on the 400 level. And they also have $3 sodas, $8 beers, and $3 snacks. Kids can enjoy $15 Bernie meals with a hot dog or chicken nuggets, a souvenir cup, fruit snacks, and a silicone bracelet. For more information on food and beverage deals, visit CaseaCenter.com. He'll be back at home on Friday. As they'll start a little homestand. Got the Cavs coming into town next week. Let's get to our headlines, brought to you by Doral Volkswagen, home of the Pricito. Our lowest price. Visit us at Doral Volkswagen or DoralVolkswagen.com. You hear Tony Romo back on his antics yesterday, Leroy?
What did he do?
He's just horny for football. Like that's what he is. He's horny for football, and he's watching Chiefs and Bills, and this is him just in the middle of the game.
And you'll see right here, hold, and then another hold right there. I think it was.
Was he dropping the deuce?
What's going on with him?
Just, I don't know. I mean, you guys got, you get to watch a game with Tony Romo. I get to watch a game with Mima.
Oh,
she's
got her own weird sounds?
No. Says because I just sit there and watch the game. I don't really comment. I'll watch the game, a couple of comments here and there, and then she'll ask a question. And when people ask me a football question, it's weird because I have to figure out how to answer it, because you can't just always give the answer. Now I got to break it down as to why, because then there'll be 5 follow-up questions.
You don't know how to well, not necessarily. So you're trying to do the Mike McDaniel. Like, you could give a satisfying answer.
No, it's not satisfying if they don't know what the hell you're talking about.
Sure it is. I don't think they want to know what they're talking about. They just want to feel like they know what they're talking about.
I mean, he needed toilet paper,
Is
right?
he all right, dude?
Doesn't he need like toilet paper? Sound like he just.
I don't think he knew what to do with himself. It's Mahomes and Josh Allen. Those are his faves.
Oh yeah.
You know?
Like, so I said this on Friday, that no matter what happens in that game yesterday, the only team that can lose is the Bills.
Yes.
Because if the Bills win, you'll say, do it to Kansas City in the playoffs.
That's right.
Right? And if the Bills lose, Kansas City got their number. So no matter what happened yesterday, you got to leave that game going, whatever. This is why you shouldn't be in control of buttons.
What do you mean, dude? Because of Tony Romo's horny sounds?
Is that horny? That's not even horny. That sounds like he's dropping a deuce.
I don't know.
Watch.
And you'll see right here, hold, and then another hold right
if
there.
If he was 80, you'd say he just flipped it.
I think it was.
Right? If he was 80, you would say,
He's not, though.
He just pooped himself.
Yeah, but he always seems to have these like little like sounds during football games when he really loves it. He either sounds, he's only got 2 speeds: sounds bored as hell or horny for football.
Well, this is a big game too.
It was a big game. It was a great game.
It was. I was shocked at how crazy how they were able to get after Patrick Mahomes. Right.
Mm-hmm.
That was shocking to me, because if you would think that one team that would understand who they have to protect, right, it would be that team, and not even as much Josh Allen. By the way, not for nothing, if they hadn't won so much and you saw Patrick Mahomes throw that Hail Mary at the end of the game that went to the 5,
yeah,
we'd have questions.
Well, he was backing up like crazy. You know, like I don't think he can get
Dude,
a lot.
that was. I mean, he didn't even throw that thing 45 yards.
No, I know, but I think
I'm just saying.
I don't think he. But the one he threw before that, it was he almost got
he
it.
almost got it. Right.
He almost got it.
Right.
So, you know, what are you gonna do?
Right. Wow. Completion percentage. And it looked like when that game started, did it look like Kansas City? Wow, they're back.
They have looked back.
Right. It's just like
Did South says that's Tobin watching Eurobasket.
Nico.
Nico's got to get it going.
But like, have they been playing basketball for a month yet?
No.
Okay.
6 games.
Okay. Like, are we being a little bit too hasty?
I can only go off what I can go off of, you know?
All right, I got you.
That's it. That's it. Bless you. So, if you guys are just tuning in, the Dolphins traded Jaelan Phillips. He is now a Philadelphia Eagle, 3rd-round pick. They got back
if he
for him.
wasn't local, would we have been asking for this sooner?
Maybe. I think it hurts more. Yeah, I think he's a really beloved guy. I think people really root for Jaelan Phillips. He's a class act. He's a former Hurricane.
He is, but let's look at it from the standpoint of reality, right? Regardless of who it is, where he's from, how much we love him, right? What is he worth?
I think it's about right.
No, but I'm saying.
Oh, you mean
if
money
you
wise?
had to pay him at the end of the year, how could you pay him with
tough.
what has happened?
Yeah, especially I don't think he's had a tremendous year.
And I said this about when I was talking to who was I talking to? Gelb, right?
Ugh.
Here's the deal. I said, don't read into his numbers as much because he's been in the secondary a lot, dropping back into coverage. And when he first got to the league, all he did was rush the passer and stop the run. So there's some reasons as to why his numbers don't look the way they do because he's being asked to do more stuff. More of that falls on Chubb. And Chubb rushes the passer more than he does.
Well, plus, I mean, he's got a guy he's going to now in Vic Fangio who likes him. Like, that's the guy he's like, oh, if you give me anybody, give me Jaelan Phillips.
Right.
You know?
And I mean, and Chop has come along.
No, not this year, though.
Again, they're all doing it's a weird thing.
Mm-hmm.
That defense has them dropping in the coverage a lot. I don't know why. I haven't figured it out yet, but I've seen both Jaelan Phillips and Chop Robinson chasing a crossing route.
What's the spread for this week? Are the Dolphins, what are they?
Spread?
For Dolphins Bills.
Oh, I was going to say whipped cheese.
What?
What's the spread? Like, that's all the spread I'm thinking about. You really are concerned with?
No, I was just curious. I was wondering because I just want to know how bad the Vegas thinks they're going to get smoked. Only 8.5. I would have thought double digits.
Against
Bills.
Up there.
No, here.
Here?
I mean, over a touchdown favorite at home isn't embarrassing. Over a touchdown underdog at home is embarrassing.
Right.
But, I mean, the Bills' track record against the Dolphins, like, come on, dude.
And they play this week. All right. Man, this is brutal. Steelers won.
That's what you're concerned about? The Steelers winning? Beat the Colts.
Yeah. You know, always keep an eye on.
Yeah, you got to do that petty watch. I understand.
Yeah.
I understand.
Yeah. Our guy, he had one of his. Daniel Jones had a Daniel Jones game.
It was bound to happen.
I mean, it is fine because wait a minute, you know who is coming for Flacco. But I will say this: he ain't never had a team where he had 2 receivers like that.
What do you think the Dolphins like when they have all this happen? Right, like Mike McDaniel's going to probably talk today about this whole Chris Greer thing, and the teams like they know now. Like once you start trading pieces away, like there's no denying where your teams are at.
Mm-hmm.
Like, what is it like trying to get through a season like that where you're just like it's so over, the organization doesn't believe in you anymore?
Well, you traded but here's the kicker. You traded a guy that you have as replacement. You're not trading. It would be like if they traded Waddle.
Yeah, but they also fired the GM. Like I'm saying,
but it would be like if they traded Waddle and you say now we have no.
Well, maybe they will.
Or if they traded A-Chan.
Mm-hmm.
Right? If something substantial like that were to happen,
would you?
Then no.
Why not?
You got to start somewhere.
Like
they've had a hard enough time trying to find certain guys to fill in.
I would.
You think they're gonna find like basic the players that drive the team? You would trade everybody.
Blow this to smithereens, dude. I would if you could find somehow the Tunsil trade for Patrick Paul, I would do it.
So like, do you?
Why? Why are you getting mad at me about that?
Because
it's over. It's never been more over.
I understand that. I'm not even questioning that. I agree with you.
Good.
Okay. But if they had a hard enough time building it with players and just kind of filling in, what do you think the issue is going to be trying to get those players, the mainline players?
They don't have anybody but who do you look on this team and you're like, that guy's a championship building block? Like, how many of those guys?
I would go H-Chan. I would go Waddle. I would keep.
You think Waddle's a championship building block?
Yeah.
You do?
Yeah. You don't think he can be a number one receiver?
How many number one receivers are in the league you take more over him?
A lot.
A lot.
But not 30.
15?
Yeah. That's a fine spot to be in. Like, everybody's not going to have a top 5 at their position.
But that's
as long as you have a frontline player.
But that's what I'm saying.
Are you going to get – can you just go out and just get another Waddle?
How many
like, this is –
usually receivers are probably like one of the fastest things you can get. Like, you could bring in a guy and they can make an impact pretty soon at receiver. He did.
Wasn't he a first rounder?
Yeah.
Okay. It was expected for him to make an impact.
I'm just saying it's a position like if you want once you were ready to make that
So my
pick,
question is, where would you start? Because what you're trying to do right now, saying this is a 3 or 4 or 5 year thing.
Yeah.
If you just give it, you're not
fumigation, dude.
Oh, okay.
Get out the gas
when nobody's
masks.
at the games because you have no talent.
So what? You had all Ravens fans. Fans will come. They'll be road fans. They'll stay high. Their money's green. All right. Am I crazy, Dan? Do you feel like there's anything left to hold on to here? Am I crazy? You're going through this now with New Orleans, right? They're at the skids right now.
Yeah, but they still keep their like
who
main
have
guys.
they got? Alvin Kamara. That's it.
Olave, Kamara.
He's basically receiver Tua. Gets his bell rung every week.
Really,
it's true.
He's good though.
Okay. What my
you got all your guys on defense. You got about 2 or 3 guys on defense. I'm not saying you're still going to have to replace a lot of guys.
Post Sean Payton, they haven't done anything for real.
But you gotta have a base. You gotta have like your base veterans.
Do you?
Yeah.
Like who?
I just told you. Like, where are you going to get another? So, Patrick Paul you keep because he's young, right?
Or
what are you going to trade him for?
Flip him, dude.
You're not going to get anything for him.
Oh, you get a ton for him. You just told me how tough it is to find franchise left tackles.
But you stay the season because you just want to go get another one. So if you think
we don't got Chris Greer picking anymore.
Oh.
We don't got Chris Greer picking anymore. I'm hoping the new guy can find some good guys.
You understand why sometimes I want to choke the life out of him.
I don't understand what you're holding on to.
You can't. Though. So you would just get rid of everybody.
Because you can't.
Anybody.
You can't.
Look,
why not?
Bird in the hand is worth 2 in the bush.
Oh, my
you can't
goodness,
just get rid of Waddle.
Why did you become 80?
I'm saying, like, I'm only giving a Patrick Paul if I get a haul for him, but he's the only guy.
You're not going to get a haul for him.
I think you could.
You think you could?
You don't think you get a Tunsil deal for him?
No, because Tunsil had already made the Pro Bowl a couple of times before that.
I don't think so. Did he?
Yeah.
I think you're overselling.
How many Pro Bowls did Larry Tunsil make?
Before the Dolphins. Well, how long was he a Dolphin? 2 years? He was guard, then a tackle, and then he was gone.
What about Larry Tunsil should be in the Hall of Fame. You know what he should be? He should have his own wing that says most first rounders acquired by player. Right? How many times he got traded for a haul?
Man. All right, so he played 3 seasons with the Dolphins.
He didn't make a Pro Bowl with the
Did
Dolphins.
not make a Pro Bowl with the Dolphins. Made his Pro Bowl first year with the Texans.
Okay.
Just saying, dude. He made 5 with the Texans.
He made 5. He made 5 with the Texans.
Right.
Okay, great. Patrick Paul ain't that.
How do you know?
Because he hasn't had the numbers. He hasn't made 5 Pro
He's
Bowls.
played 1 year.
Exactly. So what do you think?
Somebody gets it on the
You're
ground
not going
floor.
to get a haul for a guy who's.
You gonna get 2 first rounders for him?
No.
You just told me there's no lineman.
Can we go to break?
If you called up the Chargers
I'm not-
today, if you called up the Chargers is no, you're
I'm
not allowed to do
listening
that.
to you.
It's not silly.
You sound ridiculous.
You sound ridiculous.
You're going to get. Wait.
You want a
You
horn
think
attack
You think there's somebody out there to give you a first rounder?
for Patrick Ball? A first rounder for sure. A first rounder for sure.
No.
His metrics, not giving up any pressures. He's like,
Can I say this?
Hmm?
Please keep the conversations real. That's not even a real conversation.
how much do you think you get for him?
Second or third rounder.
I think you're silly.
He hasn't done anything yet.
He's having a really good year.
Okay, yeah. Okay,
It's his second year.
great.
He's on a rookie deal.
Great. Who you think's better at their job, Patrick Paul or Jaelan Phillips?
Patrick Ball.
They knocked the door down for Jaelan Phillips. They didn't get a lot for him, but there were a lot of calls on.
Yeah, but you said that. But we know the reason why, because his contract is up.
Okay.
I'm saying you got to look ahead. You got to.
If you're another team,
if you're going to get somebody,
if you're another team, who would you trade for on this team?
I would say number 1 Patrick Ball,
Okay.
2 Achane,
Okay.
3 Waddle,
Uh-huh.
4 Minka.
Okay.
Chop.
Does anyone outside of Miami know who Patrick Paul is?
No.
The nerds do.
No.
The nerds do. He's a lineman though.
So
Did anybody know?
Let me get this.
Were there a lot of Laramie
So-
Tunsil jerseys getting sold?
So can I let me say this to you. So this is the team that I would build around, right? Those guys.
Mhm.
That's why I build around those players, and with those 5 guys you just mentioned, right? Still got 48 players to go.
I understand.
So
So you might as well just start over and
You
just
can't-
get 53. What's the difference? Go give me some picks,
so
baby.
You think you could build an entire football team with
No veterans.
no
All draft
players,
picks.
with no veterans, and no players that would garner a first-round pick?
I think you would get a first round pick for Patrick Ball.
No,
I think
you're
multiple.
out of your mind.
I think you're out of your mind. I think you're being naive. How can you sit here every single week and tell me that there's no lineman? I'm offered up a lineman on a rookie deal and nobody would want him.
Not for a first-rounder.
You're silly.
When he's never made a Pro Bowl or whatever.
So I just gave you the case. You said the same thing about Laramie Tunsil. Didn't make a Pro Bowl.
He
And
made
one of his
5
years-
in Houston.
Yeah, after. You're boxed in, dude. Take a break. We're back after this. Welcome back, everybody.
I'm glad you're back because Dono made us do a weather report every hour.
Well, I need a weather report. Brought to us by ChillZone AC, featuring reliably root AC systems. Make your AC great again. Visit chillzoneac.com.
It was a really cool weekend.
It was really nice.
The fact that everybody lost.
I brought it back from Tennessee.
I tell you what, these clouds are barely moving. Look, they're not moving.
I see.
I can't even tell what direction. I'm looking for planes. I can't do them, but I would say it's a very pleasant day, partly cloudy. Doesn't look like rain clouds, so you're probably not going to have that much rain or if slight chance of rain. I'm always going to leave a slight chance of rain because it's Florida. And I would say it's right around 80 degrees, but it's been pleasant the last few days, especially Saturday morning. It was like 60 degrees. And we got daylight savings, so it's going to be a little bit warmer in the mornings, only because the sun's going to be up quicker. That's it. Not because it's warmer. So everybody calm down.
Well, thank you for that update from the Windowplex. Appreciate that.
Speaking of Windowplex,
What? I don't understand what I'm doing that's so wrong. Your point is weird. Your point is like, you got to have something here to start. And I'm like, why?
You do.
They're the worst team in the league.
Okay, name a team in any sport that has done what you've done.
Name a team that has done what I'm saying to do.
Yeah.
The Lions.
No, they didn't.
Sure they did.
No, they didn't.
Really? Who was there?
Huh?
Who was there? Exactly.
No. The Russian was there.
Was
they
it?
traded for a running
They
back.
got him at number 2.
Like his first year.
Dude.
They were 0-16. That's a whole different. They kept their quarterback, then they traded for him. They swapped quarterbacks.
They started.
I will say the Philadelphia 76ers tried the whole start from ground zero, and that worked out really well for them.
The process.
They got an MVP.
Yeah, they also got pride. What if they won?
You know who else tanked?
Who?
The what are they called? The Thunder. Now they made a great trade with getting Shea, but they still started from zero.
But they traded.
They sucked for a long time.
And it's only half the guys.
And why are we
talking
doing
about
basketball? Stop. Grow up.
53-man roster.
Football, you gotta just blow this puppy to smithereens. At least Joe Burrow and the Bengals made a Super Bowl. You know?
Yeah. How long is that gonna last?
Whatever, dude. They still did
'Cause
it.
he's out.
Still on. We're going on to year 26.
Okay.
And you're sitting here worried about keeping Patrick Paul.
And you think that getting rid of everybody and starting over wait, hold on. Let me ask you a question. I get it. Okay, this is what you want, right? It would be cool. It would be crazy, right? As a fan or as a person who knows anything about football,
Sure.
what do you say to the fan base of how long this will take?
What do I say?
Yeah.
Say, you guys are used to it. We've already been waiting.
So how long do you think it would take?
I don't know. Football? 3 years. If you do it right.
So you can just get rid of everybody on your roster and build a championship in 3 years.
3 years is a lifetime in football.
No,
dude, yes, it is. How long ago does 2023 seem? Seriously, I'm asking a genuine question there. I'm not doing a bit.
It seems like a lifetime.
It seems like a lifetime ago.
All right, dude.
No,
All right.
you kind of coming to my side.
No, I'm not.
Yeah,
Not even a little bit. Not even a little bit.
little bit.
They're just this is like, are you crazy?
I'm not crazy.
Right.
First of all, we named 4 players you'd like to keep on this team. Like,
Yeah.
that's not that great.
Right.
That's not that great.
No.
So
Right.
trade for picks. We can find
Huh?
4 more players.
What is anybody going to trade for those players? You think you can get so this is why I know for a fact you can't run a football organization.
Wrong.
Because you think that Patrick Paul would get a first round pick.
Multiple. Rookie deal, left tackle, 6'8", doesn't give up any sacks.
Okay.
If so you don't think he's the most valuable guy on the team? You think it's who?
No.
Achan?
I think it's Achan.
He's a running back, dude.
That's right.
What do you think you would get for him? Third? Second?
Second or third. But that's part of the problem is that if you trade everybody, you're not going to get first round pick for anybody on the roster.
I disagree. A lineman that can play forever.
Who would you get a first round pick for on this roster in a trade by Tuesday?
Patrick Paul.
No, you wouldn't.
Yeah.
like you can just keep saying it over and over again.
Yeah, but you are doing the same thing. You're just disagreeing with me.
No, I'm not.
Kind of.
I'm telling you, okay. Laramie Tunsil is not Patrick Paul, or Patrick Paul is not Laramie Tunsil.
It might be better. He's bigger.
Laramie Tunsil got multiple first-round picks in 2 places.
Did he get multiple first-round picks for the Commanders trade or
He
second-round
got
picks?
one. He got huh?
How many picks did he get for
He
the
got a
Commanders
first.
trade?
I think it was a first-round pick.
Yeah.
Right.
Mhm.
Like, yeah, man.
But before he had any credentials, he got multiple with the Dolphins, just like Patrick Paul. No credentials.
So you're saying that Laramie Tunsil and Patrick Paul are samesies?
I'm not saying they're samesies, but their situations are similar.
No.
Why not?
They play the same position. That's it. That's it.
What's the difference between them?
What do you mean?
Patrick Paul's been a monster this year. He's been the only good thing on the offensive line.
Okay.
Been consistent. He's a moose.
Says the guy who wants to get a first rounder for him.
That's right. Call me up, GMs.
Nope.
If the Chargers called, if the Chargers called today,
right,
because they just lost Joe Alt.
Yep.
They've lost Rashawn Slater.
Yep.
You don't think that they would say, "Hey, we'll give you a couple first round picks because we need to fix our O-line. We can't afford this. We got Justin Herbert in our prime."
No.
You don't think that they would do it?
No.
Why? What are they holding on for? They're in win now mode.
Because you at some point, like if those players are that hard to find, eventually you're gonna have to get one.
What?
Huh?
He's blocked his ass off. 1 win. 2 wins.
Again, but that's not going to be in the future when you finally rebuild the team. You're going to have a staple. You're going to have, okay, we got a left tackle.
He's a walrus. He's going to be long in the tooth by then.
No, he's not.
Time to move on.
You said 3 years.
Time to move on.
It'll be his 5th year.
Time to move on.
It'll be his 5th year.
I don't got time for
You
that.
said 3 years.
I don't got time for that.
Now you don't have time.
I don't have time.
But you want everybody else to have time for it.
They do have time for it. We don't have time for that right now.
Okay, but if you say if you say it takes 3 years, right? Laramie, then Patrick Paul will be in his 5th or 6th year.
I need 2 clean tanking years. I can't have too much talent here.
You don't. You don't have to try. So you're telling me that the most prized possession that the Dolphins have is a left tackle is his first year playing?
Yeah.
No.
I disagree. I mean, like,
No,
if you're going to say
I'm telling you, it's A-Chan. Ain't nobody called
He's
about
the
your
only
left tackle.
Okay.
Ain't nobody called about your left tackle.
Okay, so since where is he on the list then? If I'm so crazy.
Patrick Paul?
Yeah, where's he on the list? 2?
3rd or 4th.
Who else is in front
Because
of him? Waddle?
he's only played.
He's
basically only played a half a year.
Waddle on his gigantic deal. That's going to be the
He's only played a half year.
I'm asking you.
So you think
who's ahead of him?
You think there's people that give
besides A-Chan, who's ahead of him?
Waddle. I would say if somebody came and kicked tires on Zach Sealer.
Oh, please.
D-line help.
Zach Sealer? And I love Zach Sealer. I am a card-carrying member. In fact, I may be El Presidente of the Zach Sealer fan club. Are you kidding me?
Chubb.
He's 30 years old.
Chubb. How long do you think you have him? You only.
Are you nuts? Bradley Chubb on his brittle knees, you think is a better trade chip than Patrick Paul?
I'm telling you what people will trade for right now to get them over the hump. It ain't a left tackle.
Dude, in the words of Judge Judy, don't pee on my leg and tell me it's raining. Are you kidding me? We got to take a break. I need a break from that. I need a break from. Okay?
Dude.
Tobin and Leroy here with you on FM 104.3 WQAM. Take you guys up until 2 here on the program. Good to be back. Good to be back from Nashville. I like Nashville. What a town. Put your microphone on. I'll tell you what that Nashville likes. Country music.
I mean, of
Wow.
course.
They love it. Everybody has a bar.
Isn't that where Taylor Swift started?
Dude, they have they have this thing like Music Row where like everybody, they're like all these houses where people just do recordings and song, like everybody. That's like it's weird to be in a town where like that's the economy. Like
Right.
that's where they have the billboards of all the songwriters around, and they're just like normal little houses. It's cute, cutesies. But man, they love their. I tell you what, though, the food is good in Nashville.
The barbecue?
Had some barbecue. It was really good. There was this one place I went full fat kid. It was it was a place called The Row, and they had great beers, and then they served pork on a cornbread pancake. I was like, oh, that's good.
Wow.
Yep.
All right. So I went to Funky Buddha.
I saw that. Look at you.
I had an Aperol Spritz,
What?
which I wanted to punch Hawk in the face. It was disgusting. Right?
How did he convince you to do that?
I don't know. I said I have one with him. And
Okay.
I knew I was in trouble when we clanked glasses and then 3 girls sitting at the bar raised their glasses
Oh
too.
no.
Right. I'm like, oh my goodness. So
Wow.
it's
Where'd
very
you guys go there? You went there for Thursday Night Football?
Yeah, it's very bitter. Very bitter.
Hmm.
Then I had a beer. Like I had a Floridian, but a fruity one.
Yeah.
It was really good.
some cider.
It's like it was in between. It wasn't full cider, wasn't full beer. It was very tasty.
What's your part cider? Your cider.
And then I had the best chicken wings I've ever had.
Really? Funky
They were
Buddha?
Fixed to perfection.
Hmm.
Like a little bit of crunch.
Wow. I may have to
Nice
stop by.
sauce. Except me and Hawk have nothing in common because I got to tell you, Yucca tots can kick the sharpest of rocks.
What kind of tots?
Yucca tots.
What the hell is that?
Yucca tots. Like tater tots.
Like the
Yeah.
like the root yucca?
Yeah. Instead of tater tots, yucca tots.
Aren't they
It's
mostly
like-
aren't they usually garlic?
No, usually, and here's the thing. It looks just like a tater tot, but you have in the inside, it's like mashed potato. That's how the yucca is.
Yeah.
So it was like, but the dipping sauce was excellent.
Hmm.
So I dipped my wings in that.
Wow.
Right.
That's cool. That's cool.
Yeah. So had a good time. I definitely will go back there because I like just for the chicken wings.
I was watching
And I had a chicken sandwich. Chicken
so
sandwich
that was
off
for
the
Thursday Night Football you went there?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I was obviously I was ringside, I was doing the fights. And I was like, we had like one little switch when we were switching like, main card, and I'm like, look at the score, and I'm like, oh my. Like I was like, what is going? Because the thing that was frustrating about that game was that I didn't know until I went back to my hotel room and watched, because I had the flight the next morning. I just stayed up the whole time. So I went back and I watched the game. And I was just like, because when you see it, you're just like, oh, the Dolphins were down 21-6. I'm like, I just figured they're getting run all over.
No.
Embarrassing.
They're
getting demolished. And like they're just shooting themselves in the foot.
Like we watched
and
2
right.
of those games this weekend.
Yeah.
We watched the Canes and the Dolphins do the same thing.
Really, really bad football.
Yep.
Really, really bad football.
Is that like I'm trying to figure out when I played, right? If that's a coaching thing, and everybody puts it on coaching, but I'm like, they're pros too, right? I think that I don't necessarily throw it on coaches. I put that on the players. You know what I mean?
I think it's just all. Look, what are you gonna do? Your receivers are fumbling the ball left and right.
Right.
Like
what do you like? With
Mike
you play,
McDaniel.
you're driving
Mike-
the ball. You're getting.
Mike McDaniel feels like a guy though. Like he's feeling the heat of it all, because it's just like he's losing his mind on the sidelines.
Well, the
like
problem
he's never
is
done
that
before.
you have to stay the course, because if you really wanted to go off the rails, then once you start showing that frustration,
Mhm.
everybody else will. Right? That's just the position. But it sucks. It is so unfortunate that they moved the ball And I was like, uh-oh, look at what we got here. Fumble. Oh, look at we got penalty, right? Oh, look at what missed field goal. Like everything that could go wrong. So you're losing by 14 to a team that you have twice the amount of yards. That doesn't happen.
It was rough.
It was rough.
It was a rough watch.
And it was more frustrating because you can't tell me they were not in that game.
But like, if this keeps happening,
Mm-hmm.
like what am I to do with that? Like if they keep blowing it up and they keep blowing it like they have, that's a bad team. You know?
Pretty much. Right. When you here. And sometimes the turnover is a good play. Sometimes it's a mistake. You can't just look at turnover and say that's a turnover. Right? But some of the other boneheaded mistakes that they make have, like, as Flo would say, takes no talent. Takes no talent.
It's rough,
like
man.
jumping off sides. Why? Where are you going? Right? Like you're not going to get there any faster. In fact, they're going to stop the play. So, like what? You know, or you have Lamar for a sack. The hardest thing in football to do is get one of those guys on the ground and you let him go.
Yep.
Like, so I'm saying
that's become
hey,
also familiar.
Why don't we give Jaelan Phillips one of them little squeezy things?
Yeah.
To work on his hands.
Enjoy that in
grip.
Philadelphia if that happens, by the way. You're almost sacks.
Oh no, now he'll go there and he'll make every sack.
Probably.
Because I don't think they're gonna ask him to drop back as much as they did here.
Let us get to your game balls and game bums.
Bum, 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 bum. This guy's a ball.
All right, Leroy, what do you got for us for game balls and game bums?
All right. I'm not gonna pick the obvious stuff because we have vented about these things for now 2 or 3 days. So I'm gonna just let that go. My game balls are going to the Dodgers because you look dead and stinking in game 7. And I'm telling you, I think I've played in intense environments. There was nothing more intense than that. Like every swing, every pitch, every time the pitcher threw a ball, right? And Yamamoto came in and just shut it down.
Yep.
He's awesome.
Shout out to Miggy Rowe, by the way.
Miggy Rowe hit a home run. So, yeah, it was cool to see Miggy win the championship. It was cool to, that was a cool – if you like sports and you have no pony in the race, right, that was a fun –
baseball had a great postseason.
Fun, intense game. Oh, the whole series.
The whole playoffs I thought was great. I thought baseball had a tremendous postseason.
Right.
I thought it was a fun
I don't know why they
season in
tried to
general.
go against football, but that's a whole nother story.
Yeah, what are you gonna do? You know,
Right.
that's baseball. First of all, baseball's never been good at timing.
Right.
But baseball doesn't care about that. You know, like baseball's not the NBA where they're gonna baseball is played every day except for a travel day.
Okay.
That's how it goes. You don't do breaks. We're not trying to set up for TV. You like it, you like it. You don't, you don't.
My game bum. Dude, I have never seen a worse circumstance to lose a game, and I've seen a lot of bad ones, than what that Cincinnati defense did yesterday. Not only did you not stop them, but you let a tight end break a tackle and go straight down the field, and nobody could catch him.
Nope.
He don't run no 4-2. I'm like, what? They had 5 Bengals converge and hit everything but the guy with the football.
Dude, you see that catch that T. Higgins had on dude's head?
Oh
my God.
Like, you want to talk about talent? Those guys got so much talent on offense, you can plug and play just an okay quarterback.
Joe Flacco, dude.
470, 4 touchdowns. Now, you know how the Joe Flacco experience works.
The bill will be due.
When it's due.
The bill will be due, but they're having fun
like,
right now.
When he's due, he gonna get knocked out and pull a Werther's out of his sock.
Yep.
Right? Just like
the bill will eventually be due on Joe Flacco, but they're having fun right now.
They're having fun right now, even though they're losing. But that defense, come on, you got to be embarrassed. You got to be embarrassed. right? You should go on TV and say, well, what happened? We are sorry. We apologize for sucking this much. Because there's no other way of putting it. You let a guy drive down what in 25 seconds?
Crazy.
So yeah.
All right, there you go. Those are your game balls and your game bums from the weekend. When you said obvious ones, would you have gone with the Canes or would you have gone with the Dolphins?
The Canes.
Mhm.
The Canes. I mean, we knew the Dolphins were bad before the game.
Very
But
disappointing.
the Canes, their 2 losses have looked like the worst disciplined teams in college football.
Yeah, this was Cristobal after the game.
We didn't take care of business, and that's completely on us. And, if you're raised the right way and you've got the right stuff inside you, you go right back to work. You don't know how things shake out. This is certainly a wild college football season, and the focus has to be on us taking care of our business. I mean, that's, again, you always give credit to the opponent because, it's a good football team. And when you make that many mistakes, and they are flat-out mistakes, it's on everybody in the organization, with myself, every coach, every player. And when you make that many mistakes as an organization, you allow yourself to be put in a position where you can get beat. And that's what happened today in overtime.
I can't believe we're here, man. Like, I should believe we're here because we're always here, but I can't believe we're here because it's like we were riding high. And it's like, of course, the ACC got us again, like it always does. And now the Canes have, like, I don't know, you need like trigonometry to figure out how the Canes could get to even the ACC title game. But, they're saying like basically the Canes right now, they beat Notre Dame. That's their resume right now. Everything else, bleh.
It just felt like ESPN also had like the stat just waiting, the graphic just waiting to say what Mario Cristobal does in November. And they had all the stats just ready. And it's like, you can't deny it anymore.
No, you can't.
It hurts.
You want to know how Mario Cristobal's from Miami? Fall, winter swoons. That's like, he just I was born in it.
How did you feel, though, about that penalty on 4th and 7 where we got the roughing after our own timeout?
I hated that call. Look, I certainly hated some calls, Dan. I thought that the Canes got hosed on some calls, but like, I just have a hard time being in a spot where I'm relying on calls when I'm supposed to go beat a team by double digits.
I understand.
You're supposed to get it done. And so, like, yes, I thought that they got hosed. I thought that was a terrible call. First of all, the guy's fine. Like, he's not hurt. He got a little pitter pat. That's it. Okay.
But any call where the referee takes it out of the player's hands and makes the game part of the decision of the game is on them. I don't like that on any team.
Yeah, me neither. I don't like it either. But, it's how many times do they put themselves in that position
Right.
where
Don't
you're
put yourself in a position where that makes a difference.
But yeah, I hate it. I hate the ACC. I hate the ACC refs. There's a lot of things that I don't like that I could be a big baby about, and I think I would be justified in my babiness. But ultimately, the fact that they're in that position to lose that game is just so unbelievably frustrating that this is where they're at again. Where did you go? I don't think I did, but anyway, we got to take a break. We'll take a break. Back with more after this. All right, welcome back, everybody. Tobin and Leroy here with you on FM 104.3 WQAM. Take you guys up until 2 here on the program. Let's get to our headlines brought to you by Doral Volkswagen, home of the Pricito, our lowest price. Visit us at Doral Volkswagen or DoralVolkswagen.com. The Miami Heat, they are back at it tonight. Game 3 of their 4-game road trip. They take on the LA Clippers tonight, 10:30. Late one.
Hey.
Late one. What? You're out on that one?
Yeah.
All right. I'll keep you
kidding me?
posted. I'll keep you posted.
No, yeah.
Line's gone down a little bit. The Clippers were 8.5-point favorites. Now they're 7.5-point favorites.
I don't understand how you can do that in basketball. There's really until just maybe until 20 games in, do you really know who the bad teams are?
Only the Pelicans.
Yeah.
Sorry, Dan.
Oh,
They're bad. Haven't the Pelicans lost half of their games by 30?
They got beat by the Clippers by 2 at the buzzer the other night, though, by Kawhi Leonard. So that gives the Heat a little hope.
So,
tonight.
question: as much as you like, who's their player?
Zion.
Would you want him off of that team?
The Heat should definitely want him.
Yeah. Dunks.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude.
But
I mean,
that's
25 and 12 when you're healthy.
Dunks.
When you're healthy. And it's not so what, he could dunk. So can McClung.
No, come on, don't do that.
I'm just saying. Don't be the intangible that gets excited about dunks.
What do you mean?
There's more to a basketball player than dunks. We got a guy who can jump out the gym.
Bam had a hell of a dunk last night. Jaime had a hell of a dunk last night.
Who's the dunker? Big guy.
Oh, key shot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He can't catch.
Nope.
So, yeah. You didn't say dunks about him.
I have said that about him.
Yeah, okay. And
I have said that about him.
And
listen, my stock report from the summer hasn't been going swimmingly. Although Pella's starting to get going. Pella played really well yesterday.
give him some time, man. Right? First of all, we're seeing Jaime have a bounce back.
He's been awesome.
Bam is
You know what the thing with Bam, though, that was annoying about yesterday? Too many times we get into these fourth quarters, he never gets the ball. What is that? He took 2 shots yesterday in the fourth quarter.
I'd say the difference between good teams and sometimes what the Heat do is a good team will get their dogs the ball.
I'm trying to figure that out.
The Heat try to run offense. I'm like, this ain't Hoosiers, buddy. Somebody getting paid 40, 50 million, get them the ball.
Yeah, I don't know. I didn't.
You know what I mean?
I didn't like that.
We don't need to share. You share in the first 3. When it gets down to crunch time, you give it to your horses.
John Morant was suspended for a game by the Grizzlies for conduct detrimental to the team.
Oh, you know what that means? He's on that Jimmy plan.
Oh, we'll see. I saw he seemed to be. How should I put this? Making a stink.
My question to you is: you think he helps this team? He would help this team?
Fair question.
Because the problem is now they can score a bunch of points. They ain't stopping nobody.
Yes. But I do think room has to be left for, does this offense work in the playoffs? Does this work when people figure out the system?
We know one thing that he would bring right away that the only other person on this roster we've seen do is Norman Powell. And as at the end of the game, go get a bucket. That's it. Right? We are even when Jimmy was here, he passed up those opportunities at times.
Yep.
So every other team that's had success, you know where the ball's going, come get some, I'm going to go get a bucket. He can do that.
Now, I understand that he hated this offense last year in Memphis.
Yeah.
Because the guy that was in Memphis that ended up getting their coach fired, he didn't like the system. Now,
so just out of curiosity,
to be fair, Josh seems to hate this coach even more. So maybe he just hates people. I don't know.
So
he's very immature.
My question is this, and this is it. Don't stop.
What,
dude? You're a redneck. You don't say mature.
He's immature.
So wait. So here's the deal. he doesn't like the offense that allowed him to run.
No, he likes screens. He likes pick and roll.
Okay, but
which the Heat are running the fewest in the league right now by a lot.
You know what happens when you like the pick and roll? You get caught up in the pick and roll and get smashed. And so what are they going to do to him on the other end when he ends up with his face in the lower back of a big?
Be small. People will pick on him. That's what happens
Right.
with small guards.
Right. So like, shouldn't he be more understanding of that situation than anybody?
You think the guy who was told by the league, don't shoot air guns, and responded by said, okay, here's my grenade celebration. You think there's a lot of reason with him?
Yeah, but you understand what I'm saying. Like, he despises an offense that would keep him out of harm's way.
It's a great celebration, though. The grenade, you would agree that was pretty good, Dan.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Well, now
But no. I mean, he's easily the most immature. Who's more? Okay, I shouldn't say. Is it he's the most immature player in the league, or is it LaMelo?
He is, because LaMelo's playing.
Yeah, when you
LaMelo's playing. He may be childish and fool, but he ain't doing nothing to keep him off the court.
Yeah, he's
right.
never been suspended.
This is the guy who got in trouble for fighting a young kid.
That's true.
Who got in trouble and told no more guns. His friend was live streaming and like, no, stop, and kept showing a gun.
He doesn't seem to get the memo.
Right.
So I don't know if that's a great.
LaMelo might be childish and may be immature, but he still plays basketball every night when he's not hurt.
Yeah.
And he's got the #1 selling shoe.
Or is it Zion? Is Zion the most immature?
Oh, you got to leave some room for Zion because he did get in shape.
He did get in shape.
I think Zion just has demons like all of us, man. You know, he chases those demons a little too much.
Oof.
He's in a bad place to do it. Not to say this is a much better place to chase your demons. I've chased my demons in both New Orleans and Miami.
Yeah.
Ooh,
New Orleans is worse.
Demons aplenty.
Yeah. So, but the problem is that you can call somebody immature or you can say they're childish. But if they're playing basketball, right, at a high level, then you kind of tolerate it. What Ja is doing things that don't allow him to play basketball. So that immaturity and that childishness takes one step further. And you say, okay, I'm in Miami. Come on. Same thing with Zion. Let me tell you something. Zion,
they may not be able for this.
There's some big women in New Orleans that he might be chasing around, but they ain't ass trying.
Oh, this is
right.
This is BBLRS.
Right.
He's got
That's what I'm saying.
He's got it made in the shade here if he wants.
That's what I'm saying. So I'm familiar with the differences from living in both places. And let me tell you, he ain't eluding issues by coming here.
I understand. And also, like, look, John Morant, his teams have gotten worse. He's not as like people will tell you he's not as effective going to the rim like he used to. He has been banged up. I think if I was the Heat, like, that's only a whale I'm touching if I'm getting him on the cheap skis. And I don't think Memphis changed them for the cheap skis because he's the face of their franchise.
Right.
But what you understand is this. The Heat organization is a different world from the Grizzlies and the Pelicans organization. Trust me, I know the back ends on both of those. Totally different organizations. So maybe you get one of those guys here and they buy into the quote unquote culture.
That's fair.
And that could change things.
That's fair. That's fair.
Can we not do that?
We can't all do, like, not everybody's going to be no drama like Norman Powell, you know?
Hey, you know, we said that about.
He did buy in. He bought in for a while.
He did buy in for a while until he got his money.
Beautiful.
Until his money was an issue.
Yeah.
That's when it really was an issue.
Yeah,
Yes, I understand.
If the Heat allowed him to be okay with playing 55 games and
he's a real point guard.
Huh?
I mean, he's a real point guard.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, from the perspective of the Heat, you think the Heat are going to jump into that again when the problems they had with Jimmy not playing? Not only was he not playing games, but other guys started doing the Jimmy method of playing basketball.
Pat Riley and the guys have learned. It's a life lesson. Now they know how to handle the situation better. At least you'd hope.
Yeah, I think that he seems, the thing with Ja, and I don't know because I don't follow him day to day, but whenever he is in controversy, he seems pretty unapologetic. Like, he doesn't really seem to grasp, what's the word I'm looking for? Accountability. And so I don't know how that would go down here. I don't. because that is what the Heat, if they're about anything, it is accountability.
Mhm.
And so I don't know. And I also, you like basketball system aside, like maybe he just didn't like it there,
Mhm.
and if he comes to a different place and he feels like he has to prove it, and you have guys like, if you feel like you have a coach like Eric Spoelstra, like maybe you won't listen to Taylor Jenkins, but you'll certainly listen to Eric Spoelstra. Maybe. Especially if you want to get on.
In theory.
In theory.
But
it is in theory.
But listen, coaches have fixed a lot of problems with players. Knucklehead ain't one of them. Right? Coach can fix a lot of things. He can fix your jumper. He can fix your effort, but he can't fix knucklehead. And like, go look at it throughout the league. Pat, listen, Dennis Rodman went to Chicago. And you know what they did? Go find Dennis. Like,
if I had to pick one, I would like Zion over Ja. I think Zion, I really do feel like, I feel like he's so efficient when he plays. It's just, is he efficient off the court?
oh, he's efficient, all right. That dude is like 8 for 10.
That shooting percentage.
Yeah, that shooting percentage is whoo.
Take it to the hole.
Yeah, that's about it. Then go get a triple double.
A champion boxer Mike Tyson is bringing his Return of the Mike show to the Seminole Hard Rock Hotel and Casino in Hollywood this December. Stories and more from Iron Mike. We got a chance for you to win tickets. Just keep on listening to our show for details on how you can win. If you can't wait to win, tickets are also available for you for purchase at casino.hardrock.com/Hollywood/events. Take a break. Back with more for this. Welcome back, everybody. Tobin and Leroy here with you on FM 104.3 WQAM. Streaming live on YouTube and Twitch. Miami 104.3 WQAM on Twitch. 104.3 WQAM on YouTube. Check us out there. A lot of things happening around the Miami Dolphins. Apparently,
and to be honest with you, not a whole bunch of things are happening around the Miami Dolphins. That's why so much is happening.
right? Yeah. Well, now we're getting Minkah Fitzpatrick. Minkah Fitzpatrick's probably throwing his hat in the ring. He's like, hey, me, trade me. Woo. Whatever you need.
Really?
Dude, you think? Let me get this.
I know, but he ain't been playing that well to be.
I understand you haven't been, but like he didn't want to be here when he was young. You think he wants to be here now?
Yeah, but don't suck.
Understood.
Like you can't suck and then blame it on the team. Be a professional.
He's
right. I hate that when guys fail or guys don't perform, and then they pick all the circumstances around them other than themselves. Like, no, it's your job to go out there and perform.
Jordan Schultz says the sources, the Dolphins have been open to trading 5-time Pro Bowl safety Minkah Fitzpatrick. There has been interest from multiple teams.
Yeah, I would imagine.
Multiple teams from Minkah Fitzpatrick.
So basically, he's new Jaelan Ramsey.
Hired gun.
Except I can't remember him talking. I don't know what he sounds like.
Omar Kelly says, don't be surprised if Minkah Fitzpatrick is moved by the deadline. Safety doesn't have a massive market, but the Dolphins will listen to all offers. Open shop right now.
Little.
What?
Yikes. 68-yard field goal.
Yeah. These kickers, man.
No, just him.
No, the guy in Dallas, too.
The guy in Dallas, but Little was the one who made a 70-yarder in preseason.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. And look at this. This thing almost hit the net. Look at him.
Fangs thinks they're cheating.
Look at that. Look how skinny his arms are.
Yep.
Like that dude's on a football field.
Yeesh. Yeah, that was the 70-yarder in preseason they're showing on McAfee right now.
Right.
How about that? What a time.
What a time.
What a time right now.
So I think you should be open for discussion.
Me?
No, the Dolphins.
Oh.
While having a plan to what you're going to build around. You can't get rid of everybody. Okay? So stop that.
Why?
Because let me get this straight. So you're suggesting they get rid of everybody, get picks for the trades.
Yep.
And then rebuild from absolutely nothing like expansion.
Scratch, dude. Start from scratch.
What's the success rate of draft?
Huh?
What's the success rate of a draft?
I don't know.
50%?
You're just throwing a number out there.
No. Okay.
I think the better question is, what's the quickest an expansion team has gotten to the playoffs and won a playoff?
2
game?
years. Tampa went, Carolina and Jacksonville went to a championship game within 2 or 3 years.
Didn't the Golden Knights go their first year?
Well, hockey's different. Though.
Hockey's
They
different
had to
because you
change
got to
the
put
rules.
quality players.
Whatever, dude. You didn't put those qualifiers on it.
That's true. Well, if you're saying that Jacksonville and Carolina did it in 2 or 3 years, then yeah.
Defense against my thoughts.
Because you never want to embrace sucking.
I never want to embrace lunacy.
And your thing
This
is
is
like,
crazy talk.
we're gonna have to wait even more. We've been waiting.
Okay.
We've been waiting.
Listen.
I'm gonna tell you something right now.
When you're going through it, nobody wants to hear that. Okay? I'm just telling you. Like, you think fans or you think anybody else is going to be patient? No, they're just going to keep adding years to it. And then what if the team comes and says, this is what you wanted? Okay? So, nobody's going to care when you're losing week after week after week. Nobody's going to care.
Damn it, it's done though. What are we losing? It's not like we're an 8-8 team. Like, I hear that argument. If you're an average
you're
team,
not an expansion team. You can't. There's going to be 4 or 5 or 6 players that you're going to build around. That's just how it works. So pick the 4 or 5 or 6 players and go from there. Because to replace them and to get quality players in the NFL or on your team without having to develop them, you don't have enough cap room. You don't.
Yeah, because you got to deal with that ominous Tua contract. He's gone too.
For 1 year.
He's gone too.
For 1 year.
Yeah, no.
So, like, stop.
Enjoy Las Vegas.
You think he's going to go to Raiders?
I don't know. I'm just throwing it out
With
there.
Gruden.
No, with Pete Carroll.
Pete Carroll.
Too mean?
No.
Mm.
Pete Carroll he just seems like he likes a certain type of quarterback.
Bad ones?
No.
Gino hasn't been very good.
Of course not. You know why?
Meanwhile, Sam Darnold.
You know why? Wow. You know why?
What?
Because he's Gino.
I know about the Sam Darnold, huh?
Sam Darnold's lighting it up.
I know.
No, but you know what? There's a rule. If you have been touched in your career as a quarterback by New York or the Jets, don't worry. You'll find a soft landing.
Except Zach Wilson. Did you see that report, though, over the weekend where they said that like it seems like Mike McDaniel's got the green light to bench Tua if he keeps stinking up the joint? What do you make of that?
It would be hard. Here's what I would say. It would be hard to bench Tua when that ain't the reason why you're losing games.
It's not the reason you're winning games. He's been pretty bad.
When they're not. That's not an answer, though.
Mm.
If you bench Tua, you're saying with a different quarterback, we would be winning more games. And that's not accurate because what has failed this team is not just at that one position.
It's not just with it, but he's had a hand. He's had a big hand in it.
So if you got rid of everybody who had a hand, me and you would be playing on that team.
Yeah, and then we'd have great picks. Great picks. Because, this might not be the year to tank. Now, not necessarily those grand QB prospects, So we waited out a little bit. Maybe Arch figures things out in a year, see what happens. Just lay in the weeds for a little bit.
Can I just tell you how much I hate this stuff?
I know you hate tanking.
No,
I get it.
No, this talk, it has nothing to do with tanking. It's like, do you understand I deal with fans every day, right? Yep. And when you give a solution, it doesn't fit how you've acted about the Dolphins for the last 20 years.
That's not true.
It is.
It's not true.
It is true. And that's what sucks. I've heard all of the, I'm tired of losing. Let's get rid of this. Let's get rid of that. And then you go, let's just reset. I'm like, but that's been against everything you've been complaining about for the last 2 or 3 years.
They tried that reset nonsense this year. That's what this year is.
Okay, whatever you want to call it.
This year was supposed to be reset.
Whatever you want to call it. Are fans going to have the patience to go through that process, or you're going to complain about how long it's taking or who's doing it?
Who cares if
There's going to be a different complaint.
Who cares if because once they start winning, they'll come back.
Okay, but how long ago is that?
I don't know. Been too long.
No. In the future, how long do you think it'll take to do your thing?
I said 3 years.
3 years?
Couple of years to tank, revamp it. You find your QB,
You
all of
think
a sudden.
it's just that easy?
Yeah, baby.
Okay.
Yep. Get that Tua contract off the books.
Oh, my goodness.
You find you a rookie QB.
Dan, this I'm in the twilight zone.
It's not. You're not in the twilight zone.
I am.
All right.
Like, so you think there's somebody out there that
can I ask you a question?
Sure.
Let me just, you keep bucking against what I'm saying.
Right.
What's your solution then? Because your solution is there's pieces here. You're still going to be really bad. There's not good pieces here.
Correct.
So what is,
Correct.
so
Correct.
my only thing is, why not just take more bites of the apple for contracts that aren't ready?
Because here's the problem. What you would get for some of your players doesn't justify getting rid of them.
Okay, I'm saying obviously only.
I'd have like five. There's five.
Only do it if you can get a sweet ass deal.
There's 5 or 6 guys, maybe a couple more, that I would be like, they're keepers. We got to go.
There's
Everybody
not
else is up, huh?
There's not many.
Right.
There's not many.
But that's the problem in itself. Like, if you have a team full of players that nobody else really wants, why do you make it sound like everybody's going to throw first-round picks at those players?
I didn't say that they were going to throw first-round picks. The only guy that I claim that they will is their left tackle. That's it.
They're not.
Okay.
They're
Disagree.
not.
I disagree.
Okay.
I disagree.
Okay.
It's okay that we disagree on something.
Yeah, I know.
What do you think you get? Second rounder?
Tops. Second rounder.
I think that's silly.
Really?
I just think it doesn't make
sense.
sense.
Why? Because people said he had a really good year?
He has been having a good year.
Okay, that's it. Hey, not even a full season. It's not even halfway through yet. It's just halfway through.
I'm not going to forget how to be 6'9", dude.
No, but I'm just saying, you're basing I should get a first-round pick for this guy. He's had half of a good year in his whole career. That sounds crazy.
You said that drafting is prospecting, right?
Correct.
50-50 chance.
Correct.
If I give you up a first-round pick and I guarantee you have your left tackle for the next decade, why wouldn't you do it?
What do you mean? Why wouldn't I give up a first?
If I was a
rounder?
GM, if I called up the Dolphins and it said, "Hey, I'll offer you a second-round pick," I'd be like, dude, you're the Eagles. You wouldn't want you wouldn't give up the 30th pick for a guaranteed lineman for the next 10 years? Of course you would.
I'm saying, how are you guaranteeing him? He's played half a year yet.
You
Have
know.
to see.
When you know, you know. First impressions are everything.
Well, if he was that damn good, why couldn't he get on the field last year?
I don't know, because they had Teron Armstead blocking him, a development stunter,
Guess what?
a podcaster.
Hold on.
Was stunting his
Wait.
growth.
Hall of Famer Jonathan Ogden.
Uh-huh.
He's a Hall of Famer at left tackle.
Right.
Where did he start?
Guard.
You know why? Because he was so good.
You don't think
he was so good as an offensive lineman, they had to have him on the field.
Hey, they should have played him at guard last year. That's
I said that.
okay. So what do you
Maybe
just
they thought he wasn't good enough.
good? Yeah. And who was Eichenberg?
So you want those people making decisions on?
No, I want them all fired. Clean house, fumigate it. The roaches, the rats, got to go.
That seems real easy.
It does seem easy.
It's not.
I've been telling Stephen Ross all season, clean house. None of this half nonsense. Mike McDaniel should be out on his ass too. He had a shot.
I can't.
This guy got to come in Peter Pan land. You want to know what kind of coaches get to walk in here? You get Tua and Tyreek Hill and all this money to spend
Now,
willy-nilly.
You got Tua?
He got to come in here with a sweet-ass gig, okay? And he blew it. He blew it. You want to know why? Because he let the players do whatever they wanted to. They took advantage of him, and then he got his ass figured out.
Question.
And guess what, dude? It's
Question.
It's
Question.
I'll let you ask your question, but just guess what? Guess what?
What?
It's over for him, dude.
Okay.
It's over.
So
Go be Kyle Shanahan's water boy and leave us alone with your long press conferences.
So, question. How many players on this team, if you traded them, could garner a first-round pick?
I think personally, the only thing I think maybe two.
Two players.
Maybe two.
Two players.
Yep.
Yet, you insist they should be better.
Who did I insist from?
You're saying the coach should have done better. You're saying, this team should.
Well, the coach is defined by, like, part of this. You say, like, you can't blame it all on the quarterback. I think you can blame a heavy amount on the quarterback. They invested the great amount of money in the quarterback. He leads the league in interceptions.
Yeah.
He's been terrible.
Mm-hmm.
But
I'm just saying, you see the players, and I'm not saying this is a defense of Mike McDaniel or not. I'm just saying the reality of it is that you're quick to use, this guy should be winning more or whatever.
Mhm.
But I just asked you a legitimate question, which your only answer is maybe. Who would get a first-round pick for anybody on your team? And you struggle to come up with two.
I didn't struggle to come up with two. I gave you the two.
Who?
Achane, Patrick Paul.
Achane, a running back's going to get a first-round pick?
I said maybe.
No, not even close. A running back?
So let me get this straight, dude.
A running back is not going to get you a first-round pick.
Hey, you literally argued the other thing an hour ago.
No, I
You
didn't.
literally did. You said he was their number one asset.
He is.
Okay.
That doesn't mean he could garner a first-round pick. You think just because
You're
he's
talking in circles. It makes
No,
no
I'm
sense.
not.
You are.
Oh my
It's
goodness.
so
Are
silly.
you serious?
What? Like, I don't really understand what your point is.
My point is you got a whole team of guys that you can't get first-round picks for, but you expect them to perform.
And you want to keep some of them around?
You got to have building blocks.
What
The
building
left
blocks?
tackle,
You
the
just
running
told me
back,
we have none.
the left guard, the running back. I'd keep all three running backs.
Okay, so they're not good enough to get first-round picks, but you think they're building blocks.
Yeah.
Okay, makes sense.
You don't think you could build an
Makes
offense around Achane?
Makes sense. If it's a
Wait. You don't think you can build some type of offense around Achane? So you don't think he's that good?
I think he's good.
Okay.
Build an offense around him?
Yeah. That's basically what they're doing now.
Yeah. Here's the offense.
Pat,
Here-
but
here's
you're
the
not.
offense.
Wait.
Here's the offense.
Let me
CBHN!
wait. Let me. This guy has been productive
Mhm.
for 2 years, right? And you say you wouldn't build around him, but you have a left tackle that's played for half a season.
What's more valued in the league? What's more valued?
I'd say left tackle.
Okay.
He's only played 8 games.
But what's more valued in the league, dude? I'm not.
But it doesn't.
I'm not saying.
I'm not disputing that. But he's played half a year.
Sounds like you are.
And you're
disputing it.
already ready to give him a first round pick. You think you should get a first round pick for him? I'm not saying you can't, but I'm not saying that in the future you want, but not on 8 games.
There are premium positions in the NFL. Yes.
Not on 8 games. Not on 8.
When you know, you know.
You know. You know.
When you know, you know.
Oh, there's coaches and GMs that have spent their whole life not knowing. But you're going to spend 15 minutes and say, I know.
When you know, you know.
Oh my goodness, my head hurts because it's just like speaking to one of my unreasonable friends. Like
but here's the thing. I feel like you're disagreeing with me while agreeing with me. That's what's frustrating about this argument. Can you see it from my side? Like, I'd ask you if you wouldn't mind. Could you look at me for a second?
What?
Don't you would agree? You kind of agree with me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think you kind of, you're more on my side than you're not on my side. I know you like to do the bit.
I'm like,
you like to do a radio bit where you disagree with me all the time.
The jackass GM,
right,
that comes out and says, I'll give you 2 first rounders for Patrick Paul, should be fired on the spot.
Why?
He's only played 8 games.
Okay.
Do you understand how ridiculous
so
that
they're
sounds?
doing the offseason, you're okay if he continues to be this good for 8 more games.
If he ended up being an all-pro and a Pro Bowler, right, after this year.
None of the things that Laramie Tunsil was, by the way.
But
at the time of the trade. At the time of the trade.
You're saying Patrick Paul is on the same level with Laramie Tunsil.
He might be. He might be. Okay. You make no sense. You're a child. You just need to grow up.
You're crazy. I need to grow up.
You need to grow up, dude. Back after this. Tobin and Leroy here with you on FM 104.3 WQAM.
My last words I heard as I was coming through there. Oh, tangibles love this song.
They do. Intangibles love this song. Hey, honey, how much you give?
I think when I say that, people don't. Do you not understand? We've always used that phrase.
Yeah, I don't know.
Intangibles.
Didn't your mom get upset that we did that?
Yeah.
She goes, that doesn't seem right.
Yeah.
No, it's
I'm
just,
like-
it's part of the bit.
No, and somebody else said it to me, and I said, you know what? I'm black. I like red Kool-Aid and watermelon. Go with it. You can use it, right? I'm not offended.
Man. So, welcome back, everybody. It is Tobin and Leroy. Heat back at it tonight. Panthers about to start a West Coast swing. Late night. Man, we got our teams late this week.
Not me.
Sleepy poos.
Nope.
You're not going to watch Cats Ducks tomorrow night?
Why every team got to be on the West Coast?
I don't know. It's a good question. It is a good question. Let us get to that part of the show where we get to the mixed bag. All right, so a whole lot of scoring went on yesterday in Bears-Bengals. Jamar Chase, this was him on the defense in the Bengals losses.
Mm-hmm.
How hard is it to keep your composure after a game like this?
It's not fun when you're losing.
What goes through your mind when you score that second touchdown and take the lead?
Defense get a stop.
At some point, as a leader or any of the leaders on the offense, is it good to get on the defense or stay in your lane?
I'm going to stay in my lane. I don't want no defensive player come and chew me out about what the I'm doing.
All right, there you go. But honest thoughts when you saw him out of the tunnel, he was screaming, we just needed one stop. But he thought he was alone. He thought it was an alone thought. So there's that.
What? You don't have the worst defense in the league.
Running.
Nothing.
Yeah.
I mean, but they had 5 guys converge on one guy. Right? And he was the only one that stood standing. What were y'all hitting?
It's crazy.
And it wasn't even like a fast guy. It was a tight end. First round pick. He got drafted before Tyler Warren.
I know.
We didn't think that was important.
The Bengals are the first team to score 38 points in back-to-back games and lose both since the 1966 Giants.
Yeah, they scored over
According to
80 points in
ESPN.
2 games and lost both of them.
They scored 80 points in 2 games and won both. Well, you know what? I hate to say it, Jamar Chase and was it what's the other receiver?
T.
Higgins. Y'all looters and riot.
Do you want to hear another stat? This is from, his name is Stuckey from the Action Network. Over the past 3 seasons, NFL teams that have scored 38 points, the Bengals, 1-4. Not the Bengals, 87-6-2.
He said, not the Bengals. It's really hard to lose a 40-something game.
That's crazy.
That's not college.
That is crazy. Meanwhile, in their own division, the Steelers, they beat the Colts. Here's Mike Tomlin, still a good coach.
It's a fine line between drinking wine and squashing grapes in this business. It's nothing dramatic, it's really not. And that's why we respect it so much. A couple plays here and there, it might have been different last week. We don't give up the 59-yard ball, the 33-yard ball. We don't let them convert on 4th and 1 in the flat, for example, in the third quarter. That's football at this level. It's a limited number of plays or sequences that can really change the trajectory of an outcome. We're still the same group that stunk it up last week. That's football.
That's why everybody loves him. Although if Mike
He's
McDaniel,
Black Mike McDaniel.
Well-
Black Mike McDaniel. He said, wait, you're there's a fine line between drinking wine and squashing grapes.
see if Mike Tomlin said this,
To win games, you have to win the game, not lose the game.
it would just hit different. Mike
Yeah,
Tomlin,
Because he says it with whatever he says he says it with such confidence, right?
It's a fine line between drinking wine and squashing grapes in this business. It's nothing dramatic.
All right.
Really? Come say that to Dolphins fans.
Drinking wine means you're a fat cat, yeah? Like you just sit back
No.
and you enjoy the fruits of your labor,
No.
and squashing grapes is you got to get to work.
That's what you got out of that?
That is what I got out of that.
No.
What do you mean, dude?
He's like, there's a fine line for living the high life and being a worker, like, and being like,
Oh, that's good.
The margins are so thin. That's all he's saying.
Here's another quack. His name's Jim Harbaugh.
No, I'm looking at a quack right now. Like, your translation of what he just said was so far off.
It's a fine line between drinking wine and squashing grapes in this business. It's nothing dramatic, it's really not. And that's why we respect it so much. A couple plays here and there, it might have been different last week. We don't give up the 59-yard ball, the 33-yard ball. We don't let them convert on 4th and 1 in the flat, for example, in the third quarter. That's football at this level. It's a limited number of plays or sequences that can really change the trajectory of an outcome. We're still the same group that stunk it up last week. That's football.
Now, let me tell you something. You see how coaches say time to move on to next week? He's still talking about last week.
Yep.
Like, I'm telling you, like this like football is brutal in that it's 100% sport. And if you make a mistake, it carries with you like your wife, like you dealing with your wife. When she says, oh, don't worry about it, let's move on. No, it's coming up again. Same thing in football. Like that coach, you say, yeah, we're going to move on. We're going to work next week. And all of a sudden the coach will yell, don't do it like you did last week.
Jim Harbaugh, he still really loves Justin Herbert.
Justin Herbert, by now, there's no other ways I think that he could impress, But then every time I think that, then he finds a way to, it's like another rung on the ladder of esteem. He's that guy. He's that competitor. He's that kind of player that it's reserved for the great ones.
All right, get a room, dude.
Reserved for the great ones? I mean, all the great ones I know have made substantial runs in the playoffs.
The Miami Heat, they lost last night. Khalil Ware, he got one of them lessons from Spo because he wasn't very good to start the game because Jackson Hayes looked like Shaquille O'Neal. And so Spo benched his ass until the end of the third quarter, which then he did play better. Bam Adebayo, this is what he had to say on the tough love from Spo.
Yeah, I was up and down. I always make this joke that I hated Spo just because I didn't know what he wanted. So, he might be going through that phase. I mean, he's a second-year player, got to get used to it, to a whole nother offense and trying to figure out what his role is.
All right. See if Khalil Ware plays.
Question.
That wasn't my phone.
No. But did you check because you
I did. I thought that was my phone. I was like, oh, no. I definitely did.
That's what I was like. I'm like, wait a minute. Did he think it was his phone?
I did think it was my phone. That was very loud.
No. How just out of curiosity, how would you hear? That phone that you heard in your ear was way too clear to be your
It was
phone.
very clear. That's why I was like, because I didn't want to leave my phone on. That'd be very embarrassing if I did.
I don't even know what my phone ringer sounds like. That's the first thing I do when I get my phone.
I got the standard one.
Turn off the ringer.
You have a laser light show that goes for yours.
Yeah, because I never turn my the only time my phone makes a noise is for a wake up.
Well, we'll see if Khalil Ware can get it going. He hasn't been a great start, but he's a pup. Still got faith. He's gonna turn it around. Him and Jovic are gonna have a game, dude. I got Zubac tonight, but that guy's good. I used to make fun of Zubac.
Moose?
Oh, he's a moose. Khalil Ware, this from Ira Winterman. He said, on this season, I wouldn't say it's frustrating. I feel like you got to trust the coach in the decisions that he comes up with. You've got to go in there and be ready when your name is called. He said, hold on. He said he didn't really say anything like you won't be starting. He just said, we're going with Jaime. So we didn't know who in place of Jaime it was going to be. They said it was going to be Jaime. And he said on his second year, he says, it's only my second year. So, it's still a learning process and just getting it down. It's mainly just on the defensive part of it. And like I said, I'm still getting that down. We'll see.
the only sport where, or the only team where people don't take their lumps on the court, but off the court.
SDI says they wouldn't trade him for Kevin Durant, and now they won't play him. Another classic decision by Riley.
Yep.
That's fair. They were very skittish. They gave Jovic an extension. But in fairness, they also haven't played that great. So what am I to do?
But when you do stuff like that and you make drastic moves like that, you're making it sound like it's that guy's fault.
Well, I think the Jackson Hayes getting off was his fault. He wasn't very good.
So at what point do you say you try to coach him up to be better instead of just taking him out and saying, you see what I mean? You know
I get you.
what I'm saying? Like,
it's a fine balance.
Don't.
What?
I thought you were going to say the Mike Tomlin line.
There's a difference between squashing grapes and what did he say?
There's a small line between drinking wine and squashing grapes.
It's a fine line between drinking wine and squashing grapes in this business.
Dude, see, if you're not
So what is Khalil? Is Khalil squashing grapes right now, or is he drinking wine?
squashing grapes,
Definitely not drinking wine.
definitely not drinking wine. In fact, he even squashing the grapes wrong. Coach is getting annoyed. The wine drinker is sitting back going, no.
Spo, like he puts the wine around his nose. He's like, mm-mm.
They bring you that sample at the restaurant. And, oh, nope. Bring it back.
Take a break. Final hour coming on up. We're back after this. Welcome back, everybody. It is Tobin and Leroy here with you on FM 104.3 WQAM. Take you guys up until 2. Get to our headlines this final hour, brought to you by Doral Volkswagen, home of the Pricito, our lowest price. Visit us at Doral Volkswagen or DoralVolkswagen.com. Miami Hurricanes hoops start tonight. You could hear that on AM 560 tonight. Jay Lucas era is upon us. Weird not to have a Jim Larinaga season, yeah?
It is, but
Excited for Jay Lucas. Just saying it's weird.
It happened last year, so.
No, I understand. I know, but he got, this is his first season coaching the team.
Right.
So Canes will get going. Let's see. When's that at? That's at 8 o'clock is your tip-off tonight against Jacksonville.
All right.
That the Dolphins are taking on? I think so. Either way, 8 o'clock is when it gets going. Heat, they're in action tonight at 10:30 against the Clippers. We're waiting official word on Norman Powell, but it sounded like he is going to make his return tonight. Revenge game. You don't miss a revenge game, dude. You don't miss a revenge game. If you're Norman Powell, you tell your groin it's time to go.
All right.
That's what you do.
I mean, the Clippers did straight up say, do we want to pay not only do we not want to pay you, we're not even going to entertain that and just trade you in your contract year.
And he said he was shocked. He said he kind of felt like it was a slap in the face that they because he felt like they wanted him around. And he had a really good year last year for them.
Like Leroy said, I did really good. I scored 20 points a game for you last year. We won 50 games. I should be with you, right? Nope.
Well,
Trade.
I think the thing that you also find insulting about it, if you're him, is that you just let him go and they had this plan where like, we'll just get Bradley Beal on the cheapskis, baby. And, you're like, oh, okay. You're going to go with Bradley Beal on the cheapskis?
Right.
Bradley Beal over me?
Yeah, Bradley Beal over me? Okay. You enjoy it. He has not been very good for them, by the way.
Of course he hasn't.
Surprise.
Not been very
Why
good.
are you shocked?
No, I'm just saying. He just so we're clear.
Huh. Can't wait Monday for Big Mouth Leroy to say swag penalties. Let me know he don't watch the game.
Who said that?
I don't know. I'm on X. I peruse.
But there were swag penalties. A lot of them.
I know there were. But dude, the hardest thing for me is to play this role in what we do while just ignoring the facts of why things happen. Because to explain the reality of why things happen, right, you deal with more backlash because people don't want to hear that, right? They don't want that to be the reason why. And it is what it is. But when you look at the difference between a really good team and a really bad team, here's what stands out. In those crucial moments, in those pivotal moments during the course of a game or a season, right? You start reaching, grabbing, being undisciplined because you're afraid to stay the course. And for whatever reason, every time the Canes the last couple of years has gotten to this point in the season, the first time they face any type of resistance, they start playing football like they haven't played all year. So for whatever reason, I tell you this all the time. One of the reasons why DBs grab because they can't cover. If you having problems covering the guy in front of you, you grab him, you hold him. If you get beat, you grab him because 15 yards is a lot worse than a touchdown. So the fact that they can't stay committed to who they are and have faith in what they're doing, and they have to go this route and be undisciplined, it bothers me. And it happens every year about this time, ironically. About this time.
It is
and it always happens to a team that you're probably not that's
Georgia
probably
Tech,
not better than you.
Georgia Tech last year.
Right.
A couple of years back.
So explain that to me.
I don't know.
And the only way I can explain it is this. Look at the way college, and I said this earlier in the year. Man, look at how college football is going. There's been so many high-ranked teams and so many, unranked teams beating ranked teams. It's crazy, right? College football is crazy right now. Be poised, stay the course. Look around and see how it is. You're going to have to win some tight games against teams that everybody thinks shouldn't be tight.
I think that's also what's disappointing is because it felt like the early grasp on the season was that they did stay poised, because even some of those games that got squirrely, like they were able to maintain. And, people, to be fair, some had their concerns. I thought they were being a little soft about it, but
right.
Here's where we are back like a tradition unlike any other. We get to November and the Canes sitting here with disappointing losses.
Right. But here's the other thing. It's easy to say how you will react in a certain situation, right? If that situation never presents itself, nobody really knows. We can only just sit here and take your word for it.
Mm-hmm.
But now this is 2 years in a row that this situation has presented itself. And the only thing that gets lost when the times get tough is discipline and things like that.
The thing with last year, though, they had a very clear flaw, and it was defense.
Right. Well, because they were hurt. Bain was hurt.
Yeah, but just all overall, they couldn't
Right.
cover anybody.
Mhm.
They gave up big plays. Like they had a very obvious flaw on the team.
Okay.
This year, I thought that they put together a more complete team, even if their quarterback isn't better. They had a lot of guys that stood out, and you're like, okay, there's not a unit that really stands out above anything, and you're like, oh, that's a weakness
Right.
for the Canes.
Right.
Maybe tight end's not as good. I mean, Elijah Lofton he got the snot knocked out of him in that game. Oh my goodness. So woof. But
Yeah, but again, when you talk about the weapons that you have outside, right? It's either or sometimes. Like, do you have enough weapons downfield? Yes. Do you absolutely positively need an all-star tight end? No, because you have talent in other places.
right.
So
But I'm just saying, like, I don't look at the Canes and I as we were going through this season, and this is sometimes you can get, I guess, fan goggles on this, is like, I didn't look at the Canes this year and like, man, this is their very obvious weakness. Like they felt like they had fixed the secondary a little. They felt like the linebackers were playing better. The pass rush was obviously intimidating. The offensive line was supposed to be their bread and butter.
right.
Yeah, Carson Beck throws picks. That's gonna happen. But last year you could get a 21-0 lead and you were holding on to your cheeks because the defense was so bad.
Right.
And so maybe some more games were squirrely last year because you had to have some crazy comebacks. But I think if Mario, you asked him, like, he's like, yeah, I've finally put together the team that has it all there. And nope, same issues have creeped up on him.
So now my question is, how do you look at that? Do you view that as a coaching thing? Because I think that sometimes it's up to a coach to keep young men focused on task at hand and not get carried away with it, right? And emphasize, okay, we're in a tough spot. We're in a, no mistakes, no jumping off sides, these things. These are the things that are going to get us in trouble, right? And be very aware of the situation because, well, it's happened to you the last couple of years. But it always seems like, you know what? It's easy to hide who you are when things are going great, right? It's a lot harder to hide who you are when there's difficulty, when there's, adversity. And what we're starting to see is, as we get later on into this season, the last couple of years, right? Guys who have been playing out of character all of a sudden go right back into character. And so you need to get across to these young men that, hey, adversity is part of it. You ain't going to just glide right through all these games.
But I think if you were to say, like, what is Mario Cristobal's biggest weakness as a coach, it's when things get adverse.
So
he makes a lot of mistakes.
They're a reflection of their coach.
Yeah.
Because I got to tell you, and listen, look at where them damn coaches were acting on the sidelines, yelling at the player when he yelled at, was that the Dolphins?
That was the Dolphins.
They had the same situation.
Ollie
with the
Gordon
game.
when he got screwed on
Right.
that call and the coach was losing his mind.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Like, really? Like, dude, and so he should go to Ollie Gordon and apologize. He really should. Ollie Gordon defended himself though.
Yep.
But like, without so many times in sports, you have those arguments on the sideline when nobody actually knows what happened because everybody's moving a million miles a second. And to sit here and have an argument on the sidelines without anybody, right, really knowing what's going on, you just trying to save face. So that coach was just trying to say, look, it ain't me. I'm getting on my player. That's it. I would say that's the hardest thing in sports, right? And players will tell you the hardest thing in sports is not to play well when things are going great. It's to turn it around when things aren't.
Dodgers.
Right? Yeah. His Snell looks weird, doesn't he?
A little bit.
Yeah.
Got a strange look.
Looks like he needs some hair or something. Looks like that, but my mama told me to get like that.
Oh,
Magic
man.
Johnson is always somewhere, right?
Always, dude.
Always.
Hey, if you guys want to go see Mike Tyson's one-man show, Return to the Mic at Seminole Hard Rock Hotel and Casino in Hollywood this December, be caller number 4 right now to 305-567-0560. 305-567-0560. Caller 4 will win a pair of tickets to Return to the Mic coming to Seminole Hard Rock Hotel and Casino in Hollywood. Back after this. Got a couple crazy stories here on this hour. Fix your camera, Leroy.
Why does
I don't know, dude.
my camera has the attention span of me?
It's fair. The Miami Heat, they're offering fans value deals like the $60 pizza deal. 4 pizzas, chips, waters, and a $40 hot dog deal for hot dogs, popcorns, drinks, grab-and-go stands at the 400 level, and $3 sodas, $8 beers, and $3 snacks. Kids can enjoy $15 Bernie meals with a hot dog or chicken nuggets with a souvenir cup, fruit snacks, and a silicone bracelet. For more information on food and beverage deals, visit CaseaCenter.com.
Doesn't Clayton Kershaw look like the guy, the caveman? Kind of looks like the caveman.
The Liver King?
The caveman.
Like from,
remember that
from
commercial?
Geico?
From
Yeah.
Geico.
Oh, a little bit. Yeah, I can see it. This is from Scott Hughes, whose bio says credentialed men's college basketball reporter. And he's based in Ithaca, New York.
Mm-hmm.
He tweets out, and this is crazy. After a heated verbal altercation with the officiating crew, St. Bonaventure GM Adrian Wojnarowski was just ejected from the venue. Wojnarowski was berating officials from the stands and was forcibly removed by security. A stunning scene here at the Field of 68 event. Wow. Woj bombed out of there. Wow. Somebody goes, the official's identity was just released. It's a picture of Shams.
dude, you can't. Oh, Woj bomb. Could you imagine him just going buck wild in the stands?
No.
Just acting crazy.
That's crazy.
St. Bonaventure. Like, yeah.
College hoops. He's getting after it. Also, we have some news on the fight scene locally. It appears like Jake Paul and Gervonta Davis is going to be called off. It appears like it's going to be called off.
Why is this?
Well, Gervonta Davis is facing a civil suit. He is being accused of battery and false imprisonment, kidnapping, and emotional distress of his alleged girlfriend, who I think the suit says worked at Tootsie's, and he apparently
Down
went in
here?
there. Yes,
Yeah, the other Tootsies.
yes, no,
In Des Moines,
the
Iowa.
Tootsies,
Des Moines,
Tootsies,
So-
and
so now that day you come on the show and do you become a smart He goes,
I mean, that question
no,
was
the one in Iowa.
So obviously Gervonta's got a past of this. This is stuff that's really creeped him and followed him around his life. And so MVP, who's putting on the fight, they put out a statement saying they're investigating it, but I don't think they're investigating it. I think they're looking for replacement opponents.
Okay.
And according to Chris Mannix of Sports Illustrated, he says, I'm told it's very likely that Jake Paul versus Tank Davis on November 14th is very unlikely to move forward. Netflix hates bad press and is anxious about the fallout of the civil suit, leading MVP to scour the boxing landscape for a marketable replacement. As SI reported, a formal offer was made to Ryan Garcia for a December date, while undisputed super middleweight champ Terrence Crawford has also been approached. I'm also told Logan Paul, Jake's brother, was briefly discussed. And another name in the mix, Anthony Joshua, former heavyweight champion.
Oh my goodness. You know, if Anthony Joshua didn't knock him into oblivion, then we know that somebody would have a deal going. Some kind of
You think, oink?
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, I will say the last time that he took on a non-boxer, he killed Francis Ngannou.
Really?
Anthony Joshua. Yeah, he killed him.
Right.
He gave him that 1-2, and Francis got mean. Now, mind you, Francis did beat, I thought that he beat Tyson Fury. Tyson Fury, though, did not look like he trained at all for that fight. Got knocked down and then didn't really want to engage. Anthony Joshua's promoter, Eddie Hearn, he said to Sports Illustrated, quote, "We're available. If you're asking me, do we take the fight? Of course we take the fight. It would be a nice way to end the little journey. Does Jake Paul really want to fight Anthony Joshua? He's a crazy guy. Maybe he thinks he can catch AJ on the fly. Hasn't really been in training camp, but should the opportunity present itself, it would be a huge fight. Never say never." So it does sound like we're moving towards that fight next week. It was supposed to be next Friday, I think, at the Kaseya Center.
Mm-hmm.
I heard sales were not great for it, by the way. That there were a lot of unsold tickets for it.
Really?
Yeah. That it wasn't doing. I think because people don't believe it. You know,
to be real,
to
little
be
guy
real, little guy
fighting a
versus
big guy.
I think Jake Paul versus a heavyweight. I think that would do numbers. I think that would.
I mean, first of all, Rocky fought Thunder Lips.
Yeah. Well,
that sold out.
That was cross fight though. You would imagine. You know, that was wrestler versus boxer.
Not even real wrestling.
But yeah, it appears that we're heading towards that fight getting the axe.
Of course we are.
So
the fight game.
Gervonta
This is, if there's one thing I hate about the fight game, is when it gets to about a month before the fight or 2 weeks before the fight, you got to cross your fingers to hope that it's going on. That is going to happen, right? This is not just with these fights. All fights, all MMA fights, right? There's a chance that even though even though the fight sounds good, there's a chance something could happen.
Schmeathan Schmolik says, "Hell of a sport you chose to cover there, Chunks." You're a real bastard, Schmeathan. You want to know something, dude? I'm sorry. Yes, I understand. The fight game can have some seedy characters, but you want to know something? There's a lot of great people in fighting too. You know, I met so many great people in Nashville. It was actually kind of part of the gig that sucked because, you know, you meet these good people and then one of them gets knocked out. You feel terrible for him, Dan Day.
I see.
My guy, big sexy Billy Swanson, he got knocked out of the main event. And he was so confident all week. And he's like, "I've never trained this much. I look fantastic. They got a picture of me when I was real fat. I'm not fat anymore. And he did. He looked really good for what he was in the pictures. Got knocked out in 15 seconds. He got knocked out by gold medalist Gable Stevenson, who was the main event. And let me tell you something. This Gable Stevenson, who's going to go to the UFC. The UFC's matchmaker was ringside Leroy.
Mm-hmm.
Knocked him out in 15 seconds. He's for sure going to the UFC. He's being trained by John Jones.
The guy that got knocked out in 15 seconds?
No, the guy who got the knockout.
Okay. I was going to say that.
Let me tell you something. This guy, he knocked this guy out in 15 seconds, and I felt terrible because Billy Swanson, great dude. I really like getting to know him this week. Gable Stevenson's knockout wasn't even the most impressive part. He leapt over the ring post like a frog. And I was like, oh my God. That dude's an athlete for his size. 6'1", 250. Phew, he's like a D lineman. It was very impressive.
It doesn't take much.
Dude, it was impressive. I'm telling you. That's not nothing.
So that wasn't an uppercut guy.
No, that was the uppercut. The uppercut guy was Jaleel Willis. He's from Memphis.
Let me tell you.
That was impressive.
Dude, he couldn't put his arms down fast enough to catch his fall. He was like,
that was scary.
He knocked foam out of his mouth.
That's another guy that I met, Peter Steno. He's a nice guy, and then I see him. He's got foam coming out of his mouth.
That's the crazy. Man, if there's one thing that amazes me about the fight game, all the trash talking that is talked before a fight, for you to go in that ring and get knocked out till tomorrow, man, I say, we going to have a different conversation. We can't make eye contact for a while.
It was something.
Did you mush the fighters in Nashville?
Well, I met them all, so I can't mush everybody.
Right. No, so other than that, what other good meals did you have? You got there Tuesday, right?
Yeah, I got there Tuesday. What other good meals did I have? I had this place, The Row, is my favorite place to eat because they had good barbecue.
They had a pork on a pancake?
Yeah, it was such good pork. It was really good.
Really?
Then they
I'm not
had
a pork guy. I just like the ribs, but other than that,
you know what?
I don't like pulled pork.
Really?
Not my favorite.
Really?
Yeah.
Thought I knew you.
No, I don't. You've never seen me eat pulled pork?
You like pulled pork, Dan Day?
Yeah, I think I like everything, man. Yeah, of course.
Right?
Whether it's on a sandwich,
See,
whether it's all by itself,
hold
next
on.
to some potato
Let's
salad.
be clear. He's from Louisiana.
Mm-hmm.
Ain't a whole bunch of pushaways going on in our state. So I'm gonna say that. I'm a little bit more picky of an eater. That's
Mhm.
probably why I'm the smallest person in my family. Because I was a little more picky. But yeah, I never had like pork. And keep in mind, this is a weird thing now. Poor people used to get them big, gigantic brontosaurus ribs, the beef ribs, with hardly no meat on them.
Mm-hmm.
So as I moved on and went up north and into Houston and places like that, pork ribs. So then you get your St. Louis, you get your baby backs. And so I've always been a fan of that.
Baby back.
But I don't like pulled pork.
Hmm.
I've made it. Remember when I made my rib I made my own McRibs.
Yeah.
Yeah, those are delicious.
You do good on that.
Yeah.
Then there was one guy, Brian Battle, won in the co-main event because the other guy didn't know the rules. Like he was going to win anyway because he knocked him down, but he forgot that there was ground and pound. I think because he just came from bare knuckle. Because bare knuckle you can do a standing 8, which means you can take a knee with 1, 2, and dirty boxing follow up. So he's just sitting there. So he got knocked, and then
He's dirty boxing follow up.
yeah. So he gets knocked down. And so he's like on the knee, and Brian Battle's like, I feel kind of bad about this because he's just sitting there on the knee.
Oh, you don't know the rules.
Boom! Just hits him with the shot. And he's like, oh.
So, hey, that's what happens when you sign up for all these fights and you don't know the rules.
I think that's what happens. You forget what sport you're in.
Oh my goodness. So you got here it goes. So were you sitting there go, oh no, the follow-up. Here it comes.
Oh man.
Follow up. Here it comes.
It was a great time.
So do they wear gloves for dirty boxing?
Yeah, they wear gloves.
Little gloves?
A lot of guys like that they wear gloves because they're like, man, I'll tell you, a lot of them have done bare knuckle, and they're like, I'll tell you something about bare knuckle. Hurts.
Yeah, let's say it hurts for the puncher more than the guy that.
Yep.
Because if you hit with a bare, you got to hit with the flat part.
Yeah.
Because if you don't hit, oh.
They very much enjoy having the gloves back on. But that was crazy. He's like, he's just kneeling. And the follow-up shot. No.
You named it appropriately. He goes, dude got hit, took a knee, but he wasn't aware of the follow-up.
Well, yeah, people were getting mad at the ref. They were getting mad. They're like, I'm like, the ref isn't supposed to, he can separate them, but like it was a weird, you're supposed to have 5 seconds. If you earn a knockdown, you have 5 seconds to follow up, and the guy's either going to call the fight or he's going to let the guy stand back up. He hit him with, boom, it was over.
So he it wasn't outside the 5 seconds.
No.
It was like right away.
No, but it kind of felt slow motion, but it wasn't.
Yeah.
Anyway, take a break. Play a little all right. Oh, no. After this. And Leroy here with you. By the way, the Woj story was fake. I got sentled. They're getting forcibly removed. They've come out and denied the story. I apologize. It sounded too good to be true. I'll take my -1.
No, it's too late. The damage is done.
-1.
Wow. You can't listen.
For
You're supposed to be our
propaganda.
leader. I'm supposed to fall for stuff like that. Not you.
He seemed legit.
What was this?
For deception.
What was the guy's name? I forget.
Yeah, okay.
I lost
no,
it.
You don't want to read it.
No, I'm trying to find it. I'll find it.
Mm-hmm.
It's got a lot of retweets already. A lot of people fell for it. Here, Scott Hughes. It's already got 1 million views on this tweet. After a heated verbal altercation with the officiating crew, St. Bonaventure GM Adrian Wojnarowski was ejected from the venue. Somebody then finds out and they said, just got multiple texts about this at the half. Can confirm Woj is good. And he has a picture of Woj in the stands. Just being normal.
Oh, basketball, not even football.
Yeah, no, basketball. He's the Bonnies.
I respect somebody, RVA Richie. I expect that from Leroy. You know what?
I took my -1 like a man.
I was thinking too, RVA Richie. I expect that from me. I can fall for it.
I never heard of him before. Usually I know the parody accounts.
It make it kind of makes me not want to repeat anything I read on Twitter
You shouldn't.
until I first
You shouldn't.
call Tobin and ask him if it's true. But you falling for it.
Another says, I asked Field of 68 co-founder if this really happened. Quote, no, of course not. He has been sitting behind the bench and he hasn't spoken a word to the official the entire game.
Oh no.
Wow. All right. My all right. It goes to Jaime Jaquez Jr. Just a good start to the season. Even with the losses,
Good start.
he's been playing great basketball. So I'm happy for Jaime. I also want to give an all right to our guy, Miguel Rojas, for his big tater tot in the World Series.
I was the only one yelling at the TV. Former Marlin.
My oh no goes to the Dolphins, specifically new GM. There's no winning for you, apparently. You know, if you sell everybody, people are going to be mad at you. I say, champ, do whatever you got to do, dude. You know?
Yeah, but they're not going to get rid of everybody.
You better give me a first-round pick for Patrick Paul to prove me right.
Right?
What do you got?
So, my all right, I was going to give it to Miggy also. But I'm going to go ahead on and say I've seen some pretty incredible football this past weekend. So besides my teams losing, the Browns didn't lose. They were bye week. It was like football has been entertaining because you never know what's going to happen. I've warned about this all year. It's just one of those years. Just sit back and enjoy it. It was cool. It was fun. That Cincinnati, the end of that Cincinnati, who they play, Cincinnati Bears game was bonkers, including those ugly ass try to go old school leather helmets but paint leather helmets on the regular helmets. Yeah, you're phonies. So that gives my all right. Sports was just awesome this weekend. My own no. Like I don't know how to say this. Okay. But why? Because you're being unreasonable with how you want things to happen from here on out for the Dolphins. And I think that you got to be real about it so these dummies out there don't just think, oh, we can do it this way.
Why, you think
I don't care. Just get somebody else. I don't care. Just get somebody. That's not how you do it.
I just want to go fired, trade.
There's got to be some reality to it because you know that that's not how it works. You got to know that more than anybody.
It should work like that.
It doesn't. You know that. That's why I'm giving it to you, because you know better. And you're still out here with this. So now, as soon as I leave this building, people are going to yell at me, fire everybody.
They're almost there.
No, they're not.
One more guy.
You're going to keep Achane. You're going to keep Patrick Paul.
Mm-hmm.
You're going to keep Waddle, right?
Look, I'm not saying you have to actively even shop them, but maybe You throw it out there. Maybe somebody comes in.
Who on this team's worth a first rounder?
I gave you my guy, Patrick Paul.
The guy who's played the least amount of football of all of them.
Valuable position, has had a good year.
It doesn't matter.
Yep.
Dude, you're giving up a first rounder for somebody who played. If your team did that, you'd want that guy fired right away.
If I lost my left tackle, I wouldn't. Got to risk it to win the biscuit, dude.
What are you risking?
First round pick late.
You think he's better than the first round late pick?
Yeah, I do.
Then why would you trade to get a pick that's late in the first round?
Because there's no use for him right now. This team stinks.
How are you going to fix it if you get rid of one of the staples?
Got to reset the clock.
Are you ready to reset that clock?
I am.
You sound 100%.
I am ready to reset the clock, dude.
You want to reset the clock?
Yep.
Are you going to be patient with it?
I've been patient.
No. We're here now.
I got a black belt and patient.
We're here now. How long do you think it's going to take to turn around?
I told you 3 years. How many times are you going to ask me that?
Because I don't believe it. Like,
No,
you've been complaining about the last 20. Wait.
Ask me that today? How many times did he ask me that?
You know why, Dan Day? Can I tell you why? Because let me tell you what part of this doesn't make sense. You start the conversation by saying, I've been patient for 20 years, right? And then ask you, how long do you think it's going to take to turn around? 3 years.
Yep.
Really?
With the right guy. You get the wrong guy.
Who's the right guy?
That's a good question. I don't know. That I don't know.
Okay, so
I don't have an answer for you there.
you don't have an answer for anything. You're just going shooting
Not
at the hip.
Gruden.
Not Gruden,
Not
right?
Gruden. It's
right.
not him.
Right.
Dan Day, what's your all right? No.
I'm going to go with my all right Brad Marchand.
Yeah.
Got the first goal and the last goal of the win against the Dallas Stars this coming Saturday, but it wasn't just any goal. One of his very close friends' young daughters, died earlier in the week. So
Yeah.
got the first goal pointed up to the heavens. And then when no one wanted to make a goal in overtime, no one wanted to make a goal in the shootout, Brad Marchand got the puck and you knew lights out. And that's why I wanted to give him my all right.
He is awesome.
Right. He is awesome.
He is awesome.
And for my oh no,
Oh, no.
Inter Miami. They've got me scared.
What? They're going to do it again?
No, please. Last year.
When is game 3?
I got to look that up, man.
Oh, man.
Why? I mean, this series has gone on 3 weeks.
We like
One
to
weekend.
We like to call the Pinks soccer cristobal.
Saturday at noon.
Yeah. They played a game a week.
Yeah.
3 weeks for the first round?
Yeesh.
There's no sport in the world that lasts 3 weeks.
Well, you could have had it done in 2 if you would have taken care of business.
Yeah.
Last year, remember, they won the first game against Atlanta United, lost the next 2. This year, they beat Nashville in the first one, lost over the weekend 2-1. Now Saturday at noon. Hopefully history
They play
does
at
not
home,
repeat
right?
itself. Yeah, they're at Chase Stadium.
Okay.
Why is he giving me a -1? D-Rup. Because I called them soccer cristobal?
Ooh.
The Pinks
Why are they soccer cristobal? They just got a new coach, didn't they?
get to the playoffs and they choke in the first round. Yeah, that's fair. Cristobal can't even get to the playoffs.
Okay. Have they ever even been in the ACC championship?
No. Nope. They had the 1 year where they forfeited it. You know, they forfeited the right.
Why?
Yeah, sanctions cloud, all that nonsense.
Oh, so they did it themselves before.
Yeah, that's not nice. That's on us.
Okay.
That's on us.
All right. So
That's why
they've
Red
never
Lash
been.
is peacocking.
I mean, baby steps. You can't win a national championship if you don't first get to the ACC.
I never thought I would have lived to see the day where a Canes football team could struggle to even make it to a conference championship, and the basketball program made Final Fours.
Yeah. The Jacoby Brissett era has begun.
Huh?
Jacoby Brissett's playing tonight.
I just read a thing that just says Marvin Harrison Sr. tees off on Cardinals offense, and I was like, he speaks?
Oh, yeah. Dude, not much. He just got inducted to the Hall of Fame. And you can see he doesn't talk much.
Well, his son
is much bigger than him, too, which is weird, right? His son's a giant compared to him.
He said on the offense, he said, quote, "It's very hard for me to watch," and you can quote me on that. The style of offense that I'm accustomed to and I'm used to watching as a professional, as a wide receiver, I just can't relate to watching that current offense in that style. Basically, I can't relate to what goes on there. Jeez.
Part of the problem is that he's run, like, I would say back when he played, you had to be smarter at every position because there were a lot of on-the-go kind of adjustments, right? Like you would run a route. If this coverage was out there, you would just alter your route, and everybody was always on the same page. The problem with the football that his son plays, right, is that they're running a lot of that stuff, but it doesn't involve him because he's not that throw the ball quick, break tackles, go up the field kind of guy. And they don't really design any type of offense to get his son open.
D-Rup says you're getting God again. I'm not. I'm reading this from ESPN. I swear to God. Not reading this off Twitter.
Yeah, because Marvin Harrison does not talk. He really doesn't.
Crazy, man. Oh, man. All right. Got to get some coffee in me. I got the heat tonight.
Oh, you staying down here? Or you? Yeah.
No. No, but it's at 10:30. 10:30 tired.
Oh, no. You got no. All right. Yeah.
I'm not doing anything. I'm just regularly watching it. I got to, fuel up on some.
Getting back into it.
Yeah. Getting back into it, dude.
All right.
But I'll say we need this win, dude. I can't suffer an 0-4 trip. That's going to send me to drink.
Well, you ran out, didn't you?
Me too.
I got a little bit.
You should have picked up some. You were in the home of the whiskey.
I should have. You're right. That's a bad job by me.
Bad job by you.
It's a bad job by me, but I was busy. I was doing things.
You weren't busy all day.
Tell you what I got rooked on was those hotel. We had some post-event beers. Man, they hit me for $10 a pop on those cans.
Where?
At the hotel.
Yeah.
Because all the bars were closed. By the time where
Was
we
it
were
that late?
It wasn't that we were late, but we weren't at Broadway. We had to go back to the hotel. The hotel's near Vanderbilt, and there really is not that much there by the time you get to midnight. So then we were just like, all right, I guess we'll drink these. I guess we'll just drink these hotel beers. And man,
Hotel beers. Oh, in the
yeah, they had like a little nook where they sell the beers.
Oh, was it not even good beers? Just regular Bud Light.
I had some Tennessee brew. It was potent.
Oh, at least that.
Did you start shadow boxing?
No.
That's Dan. That's the level of drunk that I need to know.
No, what I did was
did you have a little buzz? Was there shadow boxing? No shadow boxing. We're good.
All right. We'll talk to you rascals tomorrow.